Mary, episode of a lifetime. Angie, Lisa's nuts, but you gotta let it go, ho. Also, I've already emailed Terrence for an appointment. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the only show on the internet doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Dives as deep as Angie's willing to race Lisa down to the bottom. I don't know if that totally made sense. Those words I think need to be.
Oh, boy.
I know where you were going with it.
A race to the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's a deep dive.
Well, yeah, because they're really not stopping.
No.
That's why I said, let it go, ho.
No.
There's no bottom to that bottom.
No. And Angie has no idea. I've never seen. I hope she watches this for her own good 25 times over and sees that, like it was not connecting anything.
Nothing.
Only showed us a side of her that, like, we didn't need to see.
Nope.
And
as Mary put it, I don't need to see this Tupperware. She brought Tupperware. I love that she called it Tupperware. Mary, wherever you are, that was your best episode yet.
Yeah,
She had me pissing myself when Lisa came out of her thing with the guy, and she's like, he said that, like, I'm just such a giver and I give to everyone and I just give so much. And Mary goes, he said that? She's like, I'm paraphrasing.
I love it when she goes, I'm paraphrasing. Like,
Nothing
knowing,
that he
like,
said.
oh, right, I just said all that on a camera. They're only going to know. And I was paraphrasing.
good.
Wasn't anything that guy said.
By the way, for the first time, I didn't have to send you what the segments of the episode were because it literally was, we're at Whitney Rose's house. She's making some floral arrangements, talking about how she misses being fun and flirty and free. And then next thing you know, we're at this weird telepathic wine tasting.
The thing at Whitney's, I never care to hear Whitney chit chat with her husband, and this time proved to be no different. I've never like really figured out what it is, like this vibe that I get from them. But the closest I could really say, because I don't think it's here's an old guy and this young girl, but there is like, I feel like when they talk, he's looking at her like she's a 16-year-old daughter. And he doesn't really take anything she's saying with any seriousness, not because he doesn't care about her, but because he just thinks, kid, in 4 years, none of this will matter. You'll be
Which Shane
laughing
said
at
last
never.
episode when he dated a younger girl. He was like, I kept parenting her. Like, oh, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't. That's what you're feeling.
Yeah. Because I wasn't trying to say he's like this old man that's taking advantage of, that's why I could never really articulate it, but it's just something where he just is never going to think that what she's saying really holds a lot of weight. Like, he's got bigger problems and he's taking care of those, and don't you worry your pretty little head. And he's just going to nod and smile and listen. And
What's their age difference? Do we know?
I don't even know if it's that big. It's just that her voice,
She
her
makes
hippy dippiness, her flightiness, her outfit choices. Don't get me started on the baby's breath in her hair with the pink dress and the pink heels and the big fat pink bow on the back of her dress. Like, this is all very like you're taking your daughter to prom. And
the age. Whoa.
Oh, is it big?
They have an 18-year age difference. She was 22 and he was 40 when they got married. That's a big age difference.
It
No
is.
judgment. I'm just saying that's a big one.
How old is she now?
39.
Dude, she still
22
kind of
and
talks as if she's like 25 years old or something.
And he's 57. So yeah, he's almost 60 and she's almost 40. That's a big age difference.
Yeah. So yeah, now it makes sense later on when she talks about how he never really cared about what she was doing or didn't show interest. Like, it totally makes sense. So like, he's not interested.
All right, I just had dinner. Let's engage.
Oh, thanks. Wait, guys, Shane had his first dot pretzel ever. You've never had dots before.
Yeah, those are fucking exceptional. It's exceptional. Whatever that snack food is, that snack treat is really pleasant.
Yeah.
Wait, do you want to go wash your hands? Because you got some...
Dot schmutz. Let me wash my hands. You guys get into your...
Hey, Minnie.
Oh, hey, Minnie, you probably are like, can you stop refilling?
Yeah, can I have some... Where are my dots?
Oh,
Whoa. Foof came in like a bat out of hell.
Come here, Minnie.
Okay. So after, whatever, everyone gets their invitations. We hear why Whitney Rose wants to throw this party. Now we are at the...
Why does Whitney Rose want to throw the party again?
Because she needs to do something for
Because
her
we need
to
an
be-
episode.
to be on the show. Yeah. And she thought because she hasn't felt like young, wild, and free recently, like she wants to do this really lovely wine tasting. It's spring in Utah. Let's get a telepathic, like intuitive guy there who, by the way, He's fucking great. This guy is tapped into shit.
He is so not.
He so is, and I've emailed him for an appointment.
Oh,
Are you
my
serious?
God.
Did you not hear my 3 things? I said I've already emailed Terrence for an appointment. Does anyone listen to me?
I thought you were
kidding.
Yeah.
No, I'm never kidding.
Here's my question. Why would you ever just like believe that a reality show is showing you real reality?
You don't think
Like-
they give this guy any kind of idea of like notes about where they are so that he'll connect? By the way, they don't need to because he's like, you've got problems with someone. Like that's everybody in the whole world. And then, oh my God, I got the shivers. You're like shivers for what? It's all vague and open-ended. There's nothing. It's not like your daughter's name is Tiffany and she's going to drive a car off a cliff tomorrow. Like there's nothing specific.
Okay, well, someone who is a good intuitive should never be predicting death. That's not something that we do, okay? And I'm just letting you know that to me, he seemed legit. I'm just going by my intuition.
By the guy's look?
By his vibe.
His vibe?
Yeah, he was giving not a charlatan.
He was giving me snake oil
salesman
salesman vibes.
They all are to you. You don't believe anyone. You don't believe me, and your dad has come through, and I have given, and so is your friend.
She put my dad in an angel. It's here somewhere.
and I gave you specific information, and you still didn't believe me.
I just come on, man. Like it's
No, you come on.
That dude's ridiculous. Those broads going in one by one was ridiculous.
Loved it.
The fucking fight and the dinner and the scaling and the turmoil and the screaming and the black cards flying. It was all ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But I loved everyone going in for their readings, and what it brought up was fascinating to me.
Okay.
Here's what doesn't help that whole thing of us just surrendering and believing that this guy is real. The show does not help when, because this is the last scene, but since we're talking about just like the realness of this, when he's reading Whitney and Lisa comes in and he's being very specific, and it seems like he's definitely insinuating that the person that is a snake, who she shouldn't trust and should cut ties with and all the things.
It's
Definitely insinuating
incorrect.
it's Lisa. And if the camera is not on his lips, one single word, that entire rip.
Yeah, that's all super over. By the way, that guy looks like a gay dude in a bar in Palm Springs.
Who could
On
also be
vacation.
gay
Probably was
at a
yesterday.
bar
Gene-
in Palm Springs and be intuitive.
The
All of
gene-
those things can be true.
That whole thing is so absurd. His goofy cards and it's the fucking dumbest shit I've ever.
And
anyway.
also in that
It's so
scene,
dumb.
when the shot widens to show Lisa walking into, obviously help support the insinuation that it is Lisa that they're talking about. He's not in it, but Whitney is, just like the side of her and her lips. But the shot is focused on Lisa. If you watch her lips, she's talking the whole time. We only hear the guy talking. She's muted. So like the show's not helping anyone believe, surrender to the fake reality and just like go with it. I just wish they would. I wish they'd be a little bit more fucking doing a little extra work to help us all along get where you are. And that's why we'll never get there.
Anything specific the guy said about any of them? It was all like, you're having troubles with your loved one of some kind. And they're like we all are.
Okay.
Everything that guy said is something that you could relate to no matter what was going on in
No,
your
when
life.
he said to Angie, he was like, I'm seeing a new business and I'm seeing it being a product.
Which I thought was
Which
hair
is-
product. Because
Which,
she's
by
a
the
fucking
way,
salon owner.
is all those people do on these shows.
But
It's like every single one of them is launching a product on a show.
In
So,
his
Mary's
house
not.
is a product.
but typically not. Or if they aren't, they want to be.
I'm just letting you know, Whitney's not launching a new product. Whitney Rose isn't launching a new product.
But it was a fine guess for that guy to throw out, because even if she's not, she wants to. So then she's like, "Oh, he's right."
I was just talking to my husband this
I
morning
wo-
about that.
There's nothing. You guys aren't
Exactly.
believers, so there's nothing I can say to
I
you
want
to
to
make
be.
you believe.
But the show does not help. I would love to.
Is there
They're not helping.
any facet of your brain that allows you to think
Yeah.
that shit's real?
No, maybe not on the show, but in general,
Just
I think
in
there's
general.
a little part of your brain that's like, I think it's a little.
I think that going to a psychic can be good if they're good at kind of broad strokes and making it to be something that like you can pull from. Because then if that's what you want to happen, I'm going to go a little bit harder tomorrow to contribute to that goal being reached.
Great, but that
there's
doesn't
a
mean that dude is
It doesn't
psychic.
mean I believe any of it, yeah.
But there's so many different versions of
Also,
it. Like
you've
I'm a
never
medium.
read me. Like,
Well, a
so
little
like,
bit.
I don't know, like
It's hard for me to read people that I know really well.
totally.
But hold on.
Because if I can't be vague with the people that I know.
You know me. You know I would never take someone's money if I was bullshitting
I
them.
think that
You think that I think that I'm
I
hearing
think
things.
that everybody finds reasons to feel like they're special.
Sure.
I do, Natalie does, whatever areas of our life. I think this is something that you put out there in the world and on yourself to feel like you've got something that no one else has.
How on
power.
God's green earth have I known things about people? I have reviews from complete strangers that have had readings with me.
Reviews, like Yelp reviews?
Yeah.
So you hold on.
Like-
You're on Yelp?
No. But
Did you told these people this?
people know that I'm a medium.
I don't know if you've
oh,
ever told them that you're a medium.
I'm a medium. Reiki
Or if you did, I'd cut it.
Okay, so you
I'm
are a medium.
A
Okay.
Reiki practitioner, a crystal reader, an intuitive, a
Fuck,
meditation teacher.
That's a long day.
Yeah.
So
It is.
And people can reach out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a Friendster for this? Are you like a?
I just always have
like
done
a
it
LinkedIn?
like if you know, you know, kind of thing. Because I'm running my company, so I don't really have time to do this all the time.
But are you on a message board where like
No.
Courtney the medium?
No, but I could be.
Right, and you put up a price.
Yeah, I'm $300 an hour. True story.
300 an hour,
Yeah.
and then I sit in front of you and
Or
you
over the phone or whatever.
over the phone. Have you ever had a reading and been like, "Yeah, Jack, nothing's coming. Ain't nothing happening. The channels are clogged. The fucking unit's not working." Like, if you
No,
ever,
the only time.
so it always works.
Do you want me to answer the question, or do you want to keep
It
interrupting?
always works.
The only time that's happened is if someone's blocking me. So if someone's a non-believer and they're coming in and I'm asking them questions and I'm saying, okay, a mother figure's coming through. I feel like they passed from something of the chest. It feels like it's cancer. Do you know anyone? They'd be like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, this person was like, I'll describe
All
what
right,
they
so
look
read
like. Or
me.
describe. No, I'm not.
The people, this is what the people are here for.
Yeah, I mean, they would be like, "Yeah, read
I
it, read
have
it."
read you before when we first met, and you didn't believe it then. And then your friend who had passed away, I had said to you, I was like, he's got some weird nickname for you, like something
Yeah, but I mean, everybody's got like,
something like.
but everybody's got like a weird nickname. You
Natalie and I have no nicknames for each other.
Oh, yeah, no.
okay?
Nothing
But
me.
like
But
most
no,
people,
I do feel like a lot of people would have weird nicknames for Shane.
Sure, I'm just saying.
I'm
You
not,
said
I'm not taking sides here. I'm just saying.
no, that
in
was
the
a little.
moment,
That
you were
was
like, that was a little weird.
In the moment, I was like, "That's a little strange."
Yeah.
Yes, I bet there's a lot of people in the comments are medium friendly.
Or they think I'm crazy. And that's okay. It's not my job to make anyone believe what I do. I know that it's true from what I've experienced with other people, and what I feel.
How are the subscribers?
Oh, good. Trucking along.
Are we up?
You
Yeah,
gotta
no,
get in your
people
mic.
are just getting used to you and like letting love in, you know? And
Got
Yeah.
it. So the comments are better or are they worse?
Better.
no,
Way better.
Comments are great.
Yeah.
Comments are great.
But yeah,
Yeah.
everyone loves you in the comments.
Yeah, Cubby doesn't like that you call women broads. But I also feel like Cubby, if you've never heard us say that,
Yeah.
then like I don't
Who's
know
Cubby?
how because
Cubby's one of our viewers.
one of our faves.
Yo, cubby broad is a
compliment to me.
fucking term of
No,
endearment.
and that's what I think too. So
From
I want to tell you, Cubby, I don't want to do anything that makes you sad at all. But like, I don't know, it is such in my repertoire. Like, I don't know if I could stop saying broad.
Every woman I love is a broad.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah.
Lucille Ball
Yeah.
is a broad. Diane Keaton was a broad. I hope I'm a broad.
I grew up saying the word broad
No,
in the
I'm
way
with you.
that it's the
I'm-
most complimentary,
Same.
Yeah.
like you're my people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, totally. I mean, obviously, any word can be negative. You are like driving, oh, this dumb broad cut me off. Like, obviously, and
Well, it's also how people, grow up.
Yeah, it's how
grow
you-
up. Like
yeah.
Purple heard that somebody, Cubby, the word broad was negative, and so now he doesn't like the word broad, which is unfortunate for Cubby because broad is a
It's a
great,
great
It's a great
fucking
word. I
term.
hope you embrace it. But if
Me
you don't,
too.
just take my apologies in advance because I don't think I can. I'm too old to lose that
Yeah,
word.
you can start off by using it like with it in an endearing way with people you like. You can be like, "Oh, I watched this show with two broads that are hopefully kind of funny."
Great. So the
Anyway.
comments are good and the subscribers are good.
Yeah,
and this
and
episode,
everybody's really wanting. I mean, you're pretty much locked in on traders now. So.
Oh man, there were a lot of comments about that.
Yeah. So
let's just keep it here.
out there.
Let's keep it locked in on fucking episode 5. Is episode 4?
Oh,
Episode 5. I can't remember. They all meld together.
you can't remember anything. It makes me very nervous for your future.
It's season 6, episode 5. Got it. And the dinner was a full
yeah,
hour.
so-
That was where we were at for the whole hour.
The whole thing was this lunch, this wine tasting, whatever you want to call it, and then
bottle episode.
yeah, spliced in are these readings. And I just would like to say that when we started the readings, obviously, I think Brittany having Jared go to Whitney's house and say, like, are you just using me for money and whatever? Like, this guy is so desperado to be a part of this show.
Yeah.
Jared Osmond.
Yes.
Yeah. One thing that was a surprise to me, that was just new information that I didn't really realize, is that this whole time, and maybe I'll circle back to a point where it's like, no, it actually makes sense. Okay. This whole time, I thought that Brittany was like not calling the shots. I thought that Jared was the reason, like, that they weren't married or they weren't always committed.
Same.
Or like, I just kind of thought she was just like, just like waiting, like whatever he wanted. So for him to tell Whitney's husband, she only gets back together with me when she wants something, made me think, well, shit, is this in Brittany's hands? Is Brittany calling the shots here? Which I was like, point for Brittany. That brings her to a negative 26 points now, but a point's a point. A subscriber's a subscriber. But then I thought, I bet you what it is that he does call the shots. He probably does disappear for stretches of time or just like decides, oh, this isn't going anywhere. I want to be free or whatever. And she probably takes a stand and breaks up with him. Well, then we're not seeing each other anymore. I can't do this. I want a commitment or I'm out. She probably takes that stand, and then a week will go by and she's like, look at that Birkin or look at that Chanel. Or like,
no way he's
God, I
buying
would
that
love
stuff.
Right. Well, she said that he buys her nice bags. So I don't know what nice bags is to Brittany, but
Yeah.
I don't think that
it
they're-
ain't a Birkin.
I
I'm
don't think
telling you
they're
that.
Coach bags, or maybe they are. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's we have a land
No.
between.
I just mean like she sees something that she wants and
And he
then
buys it.
probably calls him and caves on her stand that she just took, and then it probably is just like a cycle that repeats.
I thought the same thing, that like he had the upper hand, and then all of a sudden this episode made me think like, oh, does she maybe have it a little bit? I just think they're yo-yoing back and forth with this dumb power struggle, and I've never seen a couple, or maybe I have, I just am not recalling. I have Sammy Sweetheart and what's his name from Jersey. You guys should never be together. Couples like this, Carl and Lindsay on Summer House, like, if you can't stay together for a week without on again, off again, they are like tweens.
Yeah.
That just keep breaking up and getting back together, and your entire friend group is so annoyed with you. As someone who's like in a one-way relationship friend group with you, I am so annoyed with this behavior. Everyone at the table was just like,
No one wants to hear it. No one wants to talk about it. The children don't want to talk about it. The friends don't want to talk about it. They don't even really want to talk about it. Like,
No.
they don't even really, you can tell, they don't even really like being together. They're just stuck in this fucking pattern.
Yeah.
It's just thing and go away and come here and this and that. Like, they're both, no one is enjoying this relationship.
No one.
Not even the two in it.
correct.
No one. And it's just, we're going to repeat this because we don't have any other tools in the toolbox until one of them will find another person, and then that, you'll just,
They'll go repeat those patterns with the new person.
or it'll just be like whatever they're doing, for some reason, they're getting something out of it.
Oh, for sure.
And until it's just, but it's lame. Like, the
So
whole
lame,
thing
so
is
lame.
fucking a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's so lame. And I will say, so many people had commented in last week's episode talking about how, I guess, Brittany was married to this guy, and and the stepdad was horrible to the kids. Allegedly, this is what the comments said, and I like it was all kind of coming back to me.
So she's been married twice.
I believe so,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And the stepdad allegedly
Horrible,
was-
like beatings,
I don't know if he was just like nasty to them.
emotionally abusive.
Sure, like talk down to them, whatever it was. Because I do remember when she joined the show, she did say something to this end, and she said, I took his side over my kids, and I shouldn't have done that. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't the best. And that's why the kids have, that's what I was trying to articulate last week, where it's like, yes, in this brand of Mormonism that we've been exposed to on the show, they're showing us, or these women are telling us, that the highest thing a woman could do for herself, the biggest honor, is to be some dude's wife.
Yeah.
And this, I think, is why that, and also she's probably got weird dude issues, and she chose a guy who treated her kids like shit over her kids. And that's why I think the kids are just like, I'm out on you.
I don't think she was a good mother.
Oh,
yeah. No, I don't.
She
She
seems,
seems like the worst.
yeah, she
Yeah.
seems like it was not ever really about the kids. It was
No.
always about her finding a dude.
Yeah.
To the fullest extent of like how it could be bad for
Yeah.
those kids. Fucking hate her.
Yeah.
We just haven't heard them say that, or hasn't. They don't want anything to do with her.
But there's also.
By the way, I don't want nothing to do with her. I don't even
No,
like
agreed.
talking about her.
You know how I told you, I'm like, now I just see her as like comedic effect, you
Yeah.
know, like she's just funny to me. You can't take her seriously at all, which I honestly appreciate. I don't really have time to take another one of these broads seriously. So that's all good and great. But every time this kid thing comes up, I visualize her instantly just being like so flighty, and her kids like wanting to go somewhere, being like, Mom, you said that we could go shop for my prom dress today or whatever. And she's like, oh, but Jared's taking me to Vegas or whatever,
Yes.
and like not being there. And that's so fucking gross, you know?
So gross.
So that part of her is like ruining all the like my Rubicon to
cross with her.
yeah,
But
my
here's-
crossover.
Here's the thing with Brittany. You know how we always talk about like when someone comes out, they have this latent like pubescent, you know, sexual
Yeah.
fucking
Awakening.
rebirth. Thank
yeah,
you.
their adolescence is happening far past what like the
I know
normal
she's
kid.
not coming out, but like there is something deeply childish about her.
Yeah.
I don't take her seriously
Yeah.
on any level. Nat had sent me some weird video that she did when she was in the mall, like running around singing some song, and then she walked up to random people and took like fries off of their plate, which
No, weren't those her kids?
they were.
Oh, that's what I thought they were.
Even if they were her children, the whole rigmarole,
Yeah.
whatever she thought she was doing, is deeply
Wasn't landing.
deeply worrying. Like you have some weird stunted adolescence that you are maybe never going to grow out
We
of.
got to get rid of her. I mean, we got to
Yeah.
get off her. She's ridiculous. The Jared guy is ridiculous.
Correct.
Everybody looks waxy. Everybody looks facelifty. It's just all,
Wait,
the whole thing is just terrible.
Can we just talk about when Meredith came in and Mary was on fire? This was Mary's episode to be had.
Just with the one-liners.
All of it. Yes, I was dying. When Meredith walked in and Mary goes, she looked like a virus. I started pissing myself.
That outfit was
insane.
insane. I've been grinding for that outfit on my video game for like 6 months. It's like it looks like some kind of super armor.
Yeah, she looked like a virus. I was pissing myself. And when Meredith brought that sad excuse for her bringing this to the table and so easily letting it go, it's like someone in our comments said it, and they're right. Wake up, Meredith. Do you know you're on the show? What are you doing? And I'm not saying you need to go after people, but if you're going to come to play, let's have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You don't need to just bring it up and roll over.
Take it back 5 seconds.
No worries.
Have you seen that Brittany has a show coming out? Brittany's doing a one-woman show.
Oh boy.
No, I need to douche my eyes now. That's so offensive.
What about me? This is like I pray to God that she's in on the joke.
She's
when
not.
I have a feeling that's not the case.
But that's what I'm talking about with this teenage like behavior where like everything's all about me. It's not.
No,
You're a member of society. You're a mother. You have a significant other. Like it's not all about you. If you want it to be all about you, put your kids up for adult adoption. Be like, I'm out on you forever. Break up with the Osmond, and then go for it.
I'm having trouble with Mary now because I started a little research on Mary.
Uh-oh.
Not a ton. But she's a fucking grifter.
I know, we've said this in the first episode.
Like, she's just a straight thief.
Yeah.
She just steals from her parishioners. Like, she's a fucking hustler. Like, stealing from old people.
Did you not believe this when we told you in the first episode?
No, I probably wasn't listening, or I was still kind of shocked that I was here talking about Housewives.
Yep.
Like, whatever was happening, I was like, what am I, I'm sure I was in what's happening? But I can't, there's just nothing, she cannot redeem herself in my eyes if she's using religion to steal money from old people. That is unacceptable. And it's like we start to really review these humans. They're all kind of fucking terrible people.
I don't think Bronwyn's terrible.
I don't think Bronwyn's terrible, no. But the Lisa girl, Mary stealing money from old people, and they're like, if you don't give me this, God won't, like, and people that believe, like, it's awful.
It's awful, but there are so many churches like that do this.
I get it, but I'm not watching anybody else's fucking housewife church. Like, I'm watching these,
yeah,
and I'm required to watch it,
right?
Because I want to talk about it with you guys, and I want to be somewhat informed. But you can't. The last people on the planet that we need to be fucking with are old people. They have lived, especially old people that probably don't have the expendable income to give away or tithe away to a church because their church leader is a fucking hustler trying to steal their money, saying if they don't give money, then God's not going to give them cash and prizes. Like, it's terrible.
No, listen, I agree with you. I just want to pose the question as to, like, let's say this wasn't religion. Let's say this was, because I know people that work, I don't know these people, I'm just saying this. Like, I know there are people that work in the space that I work in that have no idea what they're doing, and they are just out there being like, oh, I see this in your future, or like, your dead grandmother's coming to me, and they are terrible for doing that. But like, someone giving money to get all this information, like the 1-800 psychic lines, all that stuff. Do you think people just need, it's like buyer beware, choice consequence?
I think anybody that preys on somebody's desire to, if someone is in a vulnerable place and they're reaching out for help, or they are desirous of self-help or fixing something, or they need to be, and there is someone that comes into their life that recognizes that and then preys on that weakness and that vulnerability or that desire to believe in something bigger than themselves, whatever that is.
Yeah.
If you're capitalizing on that for your own monetary gain, it's pretty dark.
No, first of all, again, I agree with you on all of this. I'm not asking about that person being dark. I'm saying, is there something, an onus on the person who's going to the church for this guidance that you should be like, buyer beware, maybe this is a scam? Going to this spiritual advisor.
Well, no, I think it's like, back in like when I was a kid, I was like 20 years old and I was assisting a guy who was like in oil and gas, right? And so I would have to call people when I was a young kid, I was 19, and I'd have to call people and I'd have to make sure that it was like a boiler room, right? I worked there for 6 months. I just remember like the guy wanted people older than 65. He wanted me to be able to read whether they were able to like believe in whatever he was going to tell them, right? And after like 90 days, I was like, I can't do this. Like, because I was setting old people up to just be fleeced.
Yeah. Because
the guy gets on the phone, he's like, bro, we just got back from fucking rig 13. We hit a gusher. It's like a thing. We're seeing like 65% return. And I would be listening on the thing, and the old guy was like, well, I got to double my investment.
So sad.
And the guy were just fleecing people.
But she's doing it in a church under the name of God, which is worse.
You're preying on people's blind faith and vulnerability. And it's terrible. And it's so, because I've been doing a little research about Mary, I kind of turn off. Like, I'm not susceptible to the clever one-liners. I'm like, yeah, who gives a shit, lady? You're fucking a bad person.
Okay, one thing about that, this is not an excuse whatsoever, but one thing to take into consideration, because this is a bigger conversation about Bravo as a whole, like how many fucking criminals they've got on all their Housewives show. Like it's growing every year. Like somebody bites the bullet every year.
Wendy Osefo on Potomac and her husband
because of the kind. It's because of the kind of people that want to put themselves on these TV shows. They are desperate. They are they have huge holes where they want to be filled by adulation and likes and people talking about them, whether it's good or bad, good attention, bad. Like it's the kind of person that would be sort of a gray area criminal is the kind of person that wants to be on this show. I mean, it's attracting criminals because the whole thing is just kind of the whole thing. I'm just having a bad episode. The whole thing is fucking dark, man. Mary's dark, Lisa's dark. The other ones are kind of out of their fucking heads. They don't know where they are. They're completely self-obsessed, self like just involved.
Yeah.
It's just there's not really anything redeemable about these broads this week for me.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I'm not going to get down the road in the next episode and see a thing, because I was pretty involved in last episode. I thought I was enjoying it and I was seeing, but these motherfuckers are dark.
I thought last week's episode, just to know, I thought it was a banger episode.
Same.
I thought it like went like, even though you stayed longer, didn't mean to, but like I think it was flowing that well, and we had all had so much to say about all these people. I think that we provided some value last week.
I really do as well. I thought that was one of our best.
Yeah, me too. Okay, a couple of things about Mary. Again, not an excuse at all, because we know that millions of people have been through the worst, and it doesn't excuse how they're living their life today. But one thing just to take into consideration is that she was brought up in that church. That's her grandmother. She did marry her grandfather because that's what she was expected to do. And like, I'm just wondering what kind of, we always talk about what kind of shit has she been through? What kind of trauma has she been through?
Who hurt you? What made you this way?
Yeah. And like, and she's also been, I haven't had any grace for her up until the thing with her son happened. And then we all, I think as a country, started to look at Mary a little differently than we did before, because it showed some humanness. And Andy is so hard on Jen Shaw, and it's annoying to me because I think that half the other women just haven't gotten caught yet. And I think that Jen Shaw is also in prison because she took advantage of old people with her company, whatever that was. I don't even remember like what her company
It was like a telemarketing
was. Yeah,
thing
something like that.
I think they said they would help with their digital side.
Whether people go to prison or not, and whether you've been traumatized or not, right? You don't get a pass to repeat awful behavior because you got fucked with. But what if you believe it?
What if you? This is a specific thing. I'm brought up in the church. My grandmother started this church. There's a fucking portrait of my grandmother and Jesus holding hands. Like, this is weird. It's all weird to me because I didn't grow up that way. She did, and so I'm just wondering if I might take her a bit longer. So you think that Mary
believes in her innermost self that she needs to fleece her parishioners in order to
I do. I think she believes it so much that when it starts to get uncomfortable, if she starts to ask questions, because if we saw last episode, they don't even say what actually happened out loud. She's like, because with the grandfather and the this, and come on. And then they're talking in Morse code to each other.
Because I think she's hiding her business. I think she's trying to hide.
But I'm saying I think she also lies to herself. And I think when it starts to get uncomfortable, she's like, oh, let me go buy myself something.
Right, but because you're not aware that you're a demon doesn't mean that you're not a demon.
We're not saying that that's the case.
I have one thing.
We're trying to explain the behavior as to how she got here.
Do you remember when you were training to do that, to be a medium?
Yep.
And you were in the part where it was like, you were about to take an appointment. And I think the woman that you were training with, you said like, I'm not charging for this. It just doesn't feel right. And she said, I will tell you something about the exchange of money being what was it specifically?
It was really great. She had, it was a very famous medium that I was working with. And I was like, okay, like, I know I can do this. I just need someone to help, like guide me or whatever. And she was like, first of all, she's like, you don't need my help. You just have to trust in what you know. But here are the guidelines that I will give you for doing. Yeah. And so I thought she was very ethical to be like, I'm not going to sit here and charge you I think she was like $3.50 an hour. This was years ago. She was like, you don't need me, but like, let me give you my expertise on like how you can structure this or whatever. And I was like, okay, great. And then she was talking about like pricing. And I was like, oh, no, I don't charge. I feel like this is just a gift I was given. And so I want to give this gift to other people. And she said, that's all well and good. But number one, when people have to pay for something, they listen differently. They respect your time differently. They show up differently. And I was like, oh, that is kind of true. And she said, and also it's an energetic exchange. You are giving so much energy to do this for someone, and you have to complete the energetic loop. So you don't have to charge $300 an hour. You could charge $50 an hour. You could do a sliding scale on what someone can afford, but you have to have some energetic exchange. Maybe they bring you a pie, whatever it is. For me, it was, I don't need a pie. Money is my energetic exchange. And so that was the loop.
Listen, I'm not trying to conflict. I'm not trying to say that these things are the same, but I wonder if Mary's grandmother gave her some kind of talk of like, these people come here every week. They're looking to you for guidance. When they give, they feel great about themselves. Their week is better. Their relationship with God is stronger because they feel that like they're putting, like I'm just,
But
Mary,
from what I
just
understand,
wondering.
they also are punished on some level if they don't give
Mary punishes them? Oh, I haven't read this stuff.
through their
What is-
through her discussions, through her time. Like there's a real, it's dark. Whatever's going on with Mary, I don't like.
Yeah.
And the fucking one-liners, fine. You can sit around and one line all you want. She's half in, half out of the show all the time anyway.
No, she totally
She's not
is.
fully in.
And I think
Always.
it's because she's got to
She's got this whole other double thing going on, and she doesn't want to be too far out on the show because then people start digging a little harder.
And then the medium, what if the medium were to say something and then she'd have to deal with that?
That's right.
And then
Yeah.
that's the thing that she's got to answer
But
to in
she's
the
like,
comments.
it's the devil. Like the devil comes out.
Right.
Bullshit,
It's
lady.
Great, we
I
finally
mean,
agree.
most people in churches do feel that. Like, I'm from a family that feels that way. Like, I have sisters that are
100%.
like, that's a dark spot that, like, we don't open up that portal, you know, because they believe in that kind of energy to be dark.
100%. But I've sat down with religious people,
Yeah.
like, and have had this experience with them. And I think it just can get a bad rap. And all of a sudden,
Oh,
like, I didn't
100%.
realize
I don't
it was
agree
like that.
with them
No,
on this. I'm just-
totally. I'm just saying also, like,
Yeah.
I've seen people kind of be like, oh, I didn't realize that's what it was like or whatever. And I just want to say this, because it's such a good point you bring up. You know how when Bronwyn, who gets her reading next, which I want us to chat about because I thought it was really interesting, she was like, oh God, yeah, I'll see a intuitive life coach, a tarot card reader at Gucci. Like, and she doesn't even know how to pronounce tarot. She was like, tarot? I don't know.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, and I was watching it with my friend Jake, I was like, oh my God, it's so funny. This honestly makes you realize where you live in the world. Because in LA, I've been to birthday parties where it's like, there's 4 different kinds of readers. There's a medium reader, an Akashic reader, a palm reader. And like, you see all of them in one night. And also I do this for a living. So like, it's so funny to me when people have never even met a medium or like, they don't even know how to pronounce tarot. And so to that end, I'm looking at Mary as I see Mary for exactly who she is. And I would never go to her church. And this is just me. And I would never give money to it.
Yeah.
And I also, like I say all the time, I want everyone to believe what they want to believe. And I fully respect it. I'm not going to any church. I'm not going to, that's just not for me. So when I look at someone doing this, I'm looking at it through the lens of like, oh my God, no, who would ever believe her? But there are tens of thousands of people who do, just like people look at this stuff being like, I've never heard of it, I would never go to it, and I would never believe it. So I think I don't realize how dangerous she is or could be because I so staunchly stand on the other side of things. Does that make sense?
I just don't think that there should ever be a charge or any sort of requirement for fee of money if you're trying to help people create their own relationship with a power greater than themselves. It's just antithetical to everything. Like there's not, it's just dark.
I agree.
It's just dark. People need the freedom and the experience to explore whatever their relationship is with their higher power, right? And for someone to be like, you can, it's like the Scientologist or whatever. It's like you can't get to this sort of spiritual leveling until you've paid me this or done this with the tithing, or like it's just it's antithetical to everything that God is about.
1000%. Everything you're saying is spot on. I think where I sometimes forget, I have a disconnect is I don't understand. And I swear to God, this is not a judgment at all. I just forget that in today's day and age, someone would still sign up to be a part of a cult or a pay to play religion, or like, I think, oh my God, hasn't everyone seen the documentaries and read the books that like this?
Well, no, but like
so,
the Catholic Church, I think it's pretty standard that you tithe 10% of your income to
most
the church.
religions are that way, which again is just another reason why I am not a religious person.
I feel like the Mormon church is way more on top of that shit, where like I've never tithed fucking anywhere near 10%. Like I give $20 every time I go to church, and I write a check so you know it was from me. But also what's fucked is that when I became a Catholic, I had like, you have a person who is like your, I can't remember what you call them, a sponsor, I guess, but just like a person that's like they assign to you like during this year of classes. And she
like CCD.
What's CCD?
That's like it's like class when you're a kid.
Yeah, that you go so that you can get first communion and.
Well, because I was baptized in the Baptist church and was Baptist my whole life. I was asked to be a godmother when I was 30, and so and my best friend growing up is Italian Catholic, and she did not put it on me, but she said, we would love you to be a godmother, but here's the gig. If you do Catholic. It, like, we'd like you to be Catholic. And I was looking for a church anyways. And so and we have a beautiful Good Shepherd's right down the way. It's perfect. And
I believe I recommended the Good Shepherd.
Yeah. And so it was like, just seemed like, oh, well, I was already looking for this. And my someone who means so much to me is asking me to play this role. And like, so of course, like, it just seemed like, that's great. Anyway, the person that they assigned to me during that year, she had been divorced before. She was in a like brutally horrible, abusive marriage, got divorced, and was now trying to get married again to someone who had been in the church at Good Shepherd for however long, like forever. He was like an old school. And she had to appeal to the Vatican. Like, you gotta appeal your divorce, because like you cannot get
be divorced and then get married in the Catholic church.
Married again in the Catholic Church. And to appeal it, I feel like it was she had to pay $2,500, I think, to do that. And then I think like it was such a long process. It took like over a year by the time that, like, who knows if it ever got approved. I don't know, but I feel like she was up at the $5,000 mark by the time that like I got confirmed and we, went on our parted ways and whatever.
Fascinating.
But like, isn't that crazy that you have to appeal to like the huge Catholic Church and be like, hi.
I had no idea that was.
Oh yes, I did know that, because I've not me personally, but I've known many a divorced folk.
Yeah. And like, I would love to be married in the Catholic Church, but Mike is never going to be Catholic. He's never getting involved in this. So like, that's not a thing. So I don't have to go through that, because I'm also divorced. So if we were to do that, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Saving yourself with inflation, probably $15,000.
It probably is. Yeah. And if they reject your appeal or whatever, then what? Like, do you get your money back? Or are you just out $5,000-10,000
I fucking have no idea about any of this shit.
I know. It's crazy. It's super crazy.
Something I want to loop back on real quick, and I'm sure nobody cares, and Natalie might even cut this out, is because part of the reason why I wasn't charging was because of what, like when I first started doing house blessings and stuff like that, because of what Shane was saying, where it's like standing in the way between someone getting this energy or the spiritual healing they need, or hearing from a loved one or whatever. I say to everyone when I'm doing a reading, if I go to do a house blessing for someone, I want you to know you can do this for yourself. With the medium stuff, nobody cares to talk to other people's relatives. It's quite frankly crazy that I can speak to other people's loved ones. You just want to connect with your relatives. So I always tell people, like, you don't have to pay me to do this. The fact that and it's why I take it so seriously, to make sure that I'm doing it from the best, most guided place. Because I think some people could be like, well, you pay, so you're no different than Mary. And trust me, I am. I'm very different than Mary. And so it's just kind of like, I think so much of it, though, is like, we live in a world where there is commerce and exchange. And I do think that there are wonderful churches and temples and mosques and places of worship that are doing great things with the $20 check that you give them. My parents go to church every week, and they're like, oh, they did this thing for my Gianni, my nephew, like for Gianni's school, and like all the kids went on this field trip, or it's goes for kids who can't afford to go to this private school, and all of that is wonderful. It just can go left real quick, and that's where the Marys of the world come into the picture. I think.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I would like it if, like we didn't, if that's the thing, and it's pretty clear that Mary is involved with a church who is taking a lot of fucking money from a lot of fucking people who probably don't have that kind of money to give, and they're all elder and whatever. I would just like Andy to look at his relationship with Mary as he's looked at it with Jen Shaw, because I think it's not fair to like wait for her to do something and get indicted for us to all be like, okay, we don't like Mary anymore. Like
that's a great point.
You're giving us Mary right now. I'm sure you've given us a bunch of other people that you kind of had already heard what the deal was or what was possibly coming down the pike, and maybe that worked out for ratings wise for the show. Yeah. There's like a whole debate right now: is did they not know? It seems
Andy's
like there's
looking for that. No, he wants people that are on the cusp of being indicted.
Right. There's a discussion right now about whether that people think that production actually knew that the FBI was coming to arrest Jen Shaw that day during a film day, and didn't tell her, which is like, okay, you don't have to tell her, but like, it's also like, well,
good TV. It's on TV.
Also, I think you couldn't. I don't think they probably legally were. If they knew. They probably legally weren't allowed to tell her because she could take off.
Yeah.
Or run, or that would be interfering with a federal investigation.
Yeah, I guess it's just like a weird area that it's like, oh, you can't say anything. Sorry, it's the law. But like, I feel like
Andy, on these casting of these broads, they could be like, because you got to do a crazy background check.
Yeah.
For this stuff. They might look for people that are like, I don't know, he's a little fucking weird there. Like, this is potentially good for us because it could end up playing out on the show.
Yeah.
Well, this is
criminal activity.
One thing, actually, I think that there's a very high chance they knew exactly who Mary was, because apparently, and now I don't remember where I heard this, but like when I heard it, I usually know like, I might have heard this from just kind of a third hand,
my
whatever.
uncle's best friend's sister's boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Pass out.
Yeah. But I feel like when I heard this one, like it made... It was like, oh, that tracks. They knew they had a show already in the works with just like a group of Mormon women. And then they also had something, or Housewives maybe putting something together, whatever. It was literally like between these two shows. And then someone came in and goes, there's a lady that married her grandfather. And they're like, green light.
We'll take her.
It was instant. That other show was dead in the water. They'd probably been developing it for a year, 2 years, whatever, and like it was that quick. So if they knew that, I'm sure they Googled a little more than one layer. And if Shane was able to find what he's found about Mary, I imagine the show.
They get in and they background it's insane, the background. I mean, I've done one of these reality show background checks. It's gnarly. Yeah. It's like a month and a half long.
But you know what's crazy? On the last season of The Golden Bachelorette, I think there was more than one guy who had a restraining order against him. And I'm just wondering, if you're going on a dating show, how does ABC/Disney miss that?
Yeah. Or the one guy that had 2 or 3 kids.
Or they cast him because.
Yeah.
Like they want to have the guy come on the show.
No, it didn't come out on the show. It came out after.
Got it.
And it was anyway, we were just talking about that because we did cover the Golden Bachelorette, and we were all like, how did y'all miss that? It's a dating show. It seems like a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up with their reading is Bronwyn, and the guy talks about like the brain stuff with her mom, and she got really rocked by it, which just reminds me of like Stockholm syndrome, because she clearly does love her mother, whether we understand it or not, and how you can. We've talked about this on another episode.
He gave her terrible advice. Just absolutely fucking horrendous advice.
I was actually going to ask you about that.
No, he's like asking her to sign back up for more fucking brutality. Like it was terrible. Like whatever he was saying, you got to really like give her the second benefit of the doubt, and you got to really like get your affairs in order, which is fine, and get your affairs in order, but that doesn't mean you got to stick around and continue to be a fucking punching bag for this awful woman.
But okay, let me ask you this, because I thought the exact same thing.
He doesn't have any idea
how brutal she is. 100%. With that being said, if you're looking at it from a healed place, right? Like where like Bronwyn's not going to go back in and lick the boot that kicks her, because that's what her mom does, and then that's her response to it, because she's trying to be a good kid, and she's been told you love your parents and you take care of them and all the things, right, that most people have been taught. I wonder if she could get to a place where it's like, there's boundaries, and I'm not going to let you treat me this way. And also, I'm not also going to try to get your approval. And I'm not going to be around for you calling my kid a mistake and living in my house and doing all of this. And I'm also just going to let myself appreciate the fact that my mom is alive. I'm going to get her an apartment somewhere, and I'm going to create those healthy boundaries in that space there so that I can mine whatever good is here before she dies. Because you have had, you were talking about it last episode where like you had some stuff with your dad, and then before he died, you guys got right with it and got like, so is that something that
she needs to take care of herself, like really separate from her and like take care of herself in a really healthy way before she can start? Because she's with her mother, her place where she's coming from all the time is I was a disappointment to my mother. I someday, somehow, some way, if I marry the right guy, if I have enough money, if I've got the right house, if someday I won't be a disappointment to my mom.
Yeah.
Right. But that's not, so she's giving her mom, she's allowing herself to be a victim to her mother because she is allowing her mother to chart how she behaves. It's like she's got to step back and go, yo, this is the woman I am. Regardless of how my mother feels about me, she's having her feelings, and that's her point of view, but that's not the reality. That's not the truth. Yep. And until Brondberry is at that stage, this dude telling her to like re-engage with the mom and like really double down, like it's bad advice because he has no idea what the situation is. Like if he watched the thing we watched, I would hope that the gay pilgrim from Palm Springs wouldn't tell her to like, he was basically telling her to be submit himself to the mom's bullshit. And I can't, after last week and watching the mom, I just want Brondberry to get away so she can take care of herself.
1,000%. That's why I'm saying like put up boundaries. Don't take this awful fucking behavior that she directs towards you. How about this? I can't say it's nonstop because I haven't seen it. This is the first time we're meeting her. There's some nice moments and like figure out a way for you to protect yourself, for you to get away from your mom's toxic behavior and make peace with whatever kind of relation. Because it seems like Bronwyn wants to have some kind of relationship with her mom. There are people that I know that are like, my parents are awful. I want nothing to do with them. Never talk to me again. And if they died tomorrow, I wouldn't care. I would never think twice about it. She does not seem like that
Bronwyn
person.
is dying for her mother to go, you're okay. You did okay, kid.
That's right.
She's never going to get it.
At all. That's why I'm saying
so she's got to go get that from somewhere else.
From herself.
Exactly. From a therapist, from herself. She's got to be able to stand on her own 2 feet and go right, wrong, indifferent. I like who I am. I have regrets, but I don't regret me, the person, nor my child, and I'm okay. Good, bad, and indifferent. All my faults, all my stuff. I know who I am, and I like that person. Until she really is there, she's just going to continue to go back to the mom because the mom is just ready there with a fucking claw hammer to just beat her up. Agreed. And the dude in the thing was telling her to fucking do it. Get back in there, engage with your mom. She's like, scaring her with like, she's going to be dead soon. Like that was what he was inferring.
But I also heard him say like, she's never going to be any different. And you just have to make peace with the fact that what you're looking to get from her is not there. You're walking into a sushi restaurant trying to order a slice of pizza.
He didn't say that. That's not what I got. I was like listening to the guy going, no, don't tell her that because it's only going to make her go back.
There was something specific that he said that was like, no,
because,
but wait. But I'm saying like, there was something on both ways, but there was something specific that he said that I was like, that's not true. He was like, she's in your corner, she's got your back or something like that. And it's like, no, she fucking doesn't. And also she's been using that fuel source of like, maybe she'll love me. Maybe she really is in my corner.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly, his read was so off on the mom. It was
off. And he's also put us all in a very wonky position because like, if she doesn't end up having this, like, and Bronwyn does treat her even nicer because of it, then now you've left us all almost, well, maybe she has it though. Like, it's a weird spot. Like, nobody wants this woman to be sick, but like, if we're going to watch this person that we like, one of the only bitches on here that I think we're all really rooting for and can get behind and like feel pretty fucking good about it, like, she's in a spot where like, okay, now we're all encouraging you to keep taking shit just because this woman may or may not have more left. They didn't get it all last time, or like, I don't know. It's just, I thought that was I just
That
thought it
whole
was all
thing was a
inappropriate.
No, that was horrible
But
advice.
I do also remember the line that you're talking about where he's like, she just know it's, don't worry about what she says. It's not going to matter, but just get right with it. Like, so
Yes,
I
and
know what you're,
that's what I was weaving into when he
Yeah.
was just like, she has been there for you, in the sense of like, it's like, no, she's been there for her, making her feel bad about it every step of the way.
Yeah.
Yes, she was probably there when the granddaughter was born and held her and was like, well, she's a cute little bastard, right? Like,
Yeah.
she's been awful like that. And I think that that's what he was trying to say. Like, just know you ain't ever gonna get it from her, and you gotta let that go, because all she wants is her mom's approval. But he agreed with both of you that was not the right thing to say.
Those fucking so dangerous with those cats. Like, what are you doing? You don't have any medical license. Like, to be giving that woman advice like that is fucking so irresponsible. Like,
It's
read my
sticky.
cards. Tell me I'm fucking this, that, or the other. Tell me the fence is green. Tell me I'm not going to get the job I want. But don't start doling out life advice, or like, you're not a life coach, dude.
Yeah.
You're a quack flipping cards. Like, the whole thing is just, it's crazy.
I just remembered that I have only ever one time seen a psychic, and Brendan worked with her at like Mont Blanc or wherever the hell he was at the time. And he set me up with her, and she literally told me, demand this job because you'll get it. And I did, and I didn't get it, and I quit. Or like, basically the job ended because like, then this person knew, oh, she's not here anymore to do this thing. It literally like changed the whole course of my life. So that's why I don't go to psychics anymore. And that is, see, my memory is so horrible. I didn't even remember that until this very moment. And that was a huge like, well, here, I guess you're going left now, and we're not planning on it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, lady.
All right, I don't want to talk about mediums.
I know you don't
anymore.
want to talk about this anymore, but you have to, because the rest of the episode is still involving him. So now Lisa goes in. And I personally was waiting for this with Lisa, because we saw it in the coming attractions for the whole fucking season, where
Yeah.
he's like, what's up with your husband?
Yeah.
And first of all, when Lisa was in this reading, I realized why she jars me so much, because she reminds me of someone I know who drives me up a wall. And Whitney said it. She's like, I've never met anyone like Lisa. She is incapable of being anything but surface level. And I think it's because she's, as soon as he tapped into something, and whether he tapped into it or not, or just lucked into saying something, all of a sudden she started crying, and she put her sunglasses on, and she was just like, he goes, what's up
The
with,
hair, the fucking thing that she keeps doing with the fucking hair.
which is so annoying. The futzing with the hair. He's like, what is that about? And she just starts crying, and she's like, I don't know. And it's like, oh, no, Lisa, you do know. You just don't want us to know, and you don't want to say it. And that's fine, but you definitively know what's going on with you and your relationship with your husband. And I just think that they're in a real precarious place in their relationship.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious he hates her, and she doesn't like him, and they're together out of convenience because it's, for whatever reason, helpful to the both of them. And
It's been so long.
and
They had
she
kids.
fucks dudes that gives her half court seats and gets her credit cards. I mean, well, that's what's going on.
Agreed. But I am going to take it a step further, because this was just a very interesting.
Watching
did
her
you guys-
uncomfortable was great.
Oh, no.
Watching her like fucking
Yeah. No.
was
Oh my
amazing.
God. Did you guys watch What Happens Live? Like the
Yeah.
thing that it rolls right into. Okay. The guest that was there with Whitney, Lucas Gage, I think is his name.
Yes.
Okay. He made a comment when they were talking about Heather, and how Heather like is, I don't know how it came up about Heather's maybe going to date a gay guy, or like whatever it was. But Andy's like, I don't want Heather to date a gay guy. And he goes, well, it wouldn't be the only housewife this season who is. And then I thought about how Shane literally came out of the gate and was like, that guy's gay, right?
They're all
Just
gay.
said
but
that.
Yeah.
And his specific wording was just like really leading me to be like, oh my God.
So Lisa's man is gay?
Well, like I said, it's just a few things that are all kind of
leading to gay.
Yeah, and you said that. This guy said that last night.
And he is gay.
Oh, yeah. No, the guy is gay.
So, like,
and
I'm just-
clearly has fucked Andy, I think.
Oh, you think?
I think so.
Fucked
I got
Andy?
that vibe. The kid that was on the show on Watch What Happens last night, there was a fucking vibe between him and Andy all night. And then I mentioned it to Harris, and he goes, "Oh, word on the street is they used to bang." And I'm like, I fucking knew it. Okay.
Harris has all the good tea.
I know. Terrence brings up the trust issue she's having with John, and he says to her, "You're on different paths. You don't know how to find your way back to his path. You're frustrated with that." She then says, "Well, yeah, he's my best friend." And he replies, Terrence replies, "You're not playing on the same team." Like, just like so many things of like, he's on a different path.
Right.
You can't get there. You're frustrated because you can't turn a guy, ungay him. You can't do it.
No, you cannot.
And to end it with, and you're not on the same team.
How many years have they been married?
It must be over 20 because I feel like their oldest kid is like 20, early, like 20, 21.
Got it.
Like, and then I was like, well, it could also be Seth, you know, because like Seth's weird, but Harris said like, I don't think it's Seth. Seth doesn't seem like he's on the gay spectrum. Seth's just like a freaky, you know, but it's like
He's just
not
like a loopy guy.
Yeah, I'm like also trying to like, I think he thinks it's youthful to be like, hey, I can get down with that. Like trying to
Totally.
be down
Is this
with
what the kids are
you know?
saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like fighting his age, you know. Anyway, but that'd be crazy if that turns out to be true. And Shane literally took one look at that guy and was like, "That guy's gay, right?"
See, you're intuitive.
That guy's gay. That guy's gay. A lot of those dudes are gay.
Justin's not Whitney's husband.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, he doesn't seem gay.
No.
He wasn't in that room though. That first episode in that first room when they were all in that ante room, that side room.
He may have been. I don't remember though.
Yeah, I don't.
Got it.
Lisa is not a serious person. It hit me over the head like a ton of bricks this episode. As soon as I located how I know this person, do you know what I mean? Like the archetype, I was just like, oh, this is why I'm so annoyed with you. Everything enters the room before you because you're so deeply insecure. Who are you without the labels, the charistas, the quote unquote famous friends doing big things? Like, it's so hard to watch this person because you are a whirling dervish of gobbledygook.
She's terrified.
She's terrified
Everywhere
of facing who she actually
everywhere
is.
she goes, she's just terrified.
Yep. And that's
She's
why
scared.
watching her in fights is so brutal for me because nothing makes sense. She's just throwing out anything that she can. And I like Angie, but like, Angie, you got to stop. Like, stop. You're lowering yourself and making yourself unlikable.
We never would have known any of this about this episode. Literally showed an entire huge side that I can't believe got past me for the last however many seasons. Like, she could not see at all that everything that Lisa was saying was absolute deflection, absolute gaslighting, and she ate it up. Like, remember how annoyed you were when Whitney stormed out of the room because you were like, I felt like she just got one up on Whitney, and Whitney was holding the cards, and like she let Lisa get under her skin, and then so she's storming out, and like that's just not what any of us wanted to see, and that's why we love it when Bronwyn argues with Lisa.
Well, that's what it reinforces how much I like Bronwyn because she is a more than able competitor to Lisa and her silliness. The Angie thing was just like, really, bro? Is this where you're at right now? Like, you're throwing credit cards at her? I was like, what is happening right now?
I will say, when Angie first got on the show last season, I kept saying,
it just one season? I thought it was at least
maybe
a couple.
It's two. Maybe it's two. You're right. Oh, maybe it's more.
But maybe she was just like a friend of. I think she was like Jen Shaw's friend, so we'd see her, but then she became
right.
like a
Now
main.
she's in the middle of the whole thing,
I
right?
know.
Which is
Lisa's
wild.
got to be pissed about that, which I have a whole other theory on too.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Okay.
I just remember saying, I'm like, I just feel like she's doing the most to make a stink and think that she thinks this is reading, and it's just not. And then she started to like not be so overtly desperate for the spotlight. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, I like seeing you with your daughter. I like, God, your father is 10 out of 10, no notes. Like, you and your friendship with other people on the show and just like having conversations. It just felt a little bit more organic and not so at an 11 all the time.
Yeah.
This was that behavior that I was like, this is why I couldn't get down with you in the beginning. The bringing of the big plastic box.
Yeah.
Stop. It's too much. You don't need any of that.
Yeah. Remember you had also said, you were like, oh, I like Angie. And I'm like, I didn't always like her. And you started laughing and said something like, oh, this one didn't always like her. That, what you just said, I never could get down with Angie. And then everybody seems to fucking love Angie all throughout the Bravo sphere. Angie's the one, everyone loves her. And I'm like, I'm missing something clearly. So I opened myself up to her, but that was the thing.
So
that I
is
was
this
like,
Angie that we saw, the credit card tosser and the thing and the race to the bottom with the bullshit and the thing? Has she shown that in past seasons?
No, but there was just something about her where like, I couldn't nail it. And I just thought, she's doing a lot and she hasn't earned it yet or something. That's right. Like, I think what my quip is with her.
This Lisa broad gets them all to the fucking breaking point where they like fall over and just act like idiots, except for Braunberry.
I've said this 1,000 fucking times. Because I have watched this show ad nauseum, right? Every single time someone's in a fight, whether it's at the reunion, whether it's on one of these lunches, a girls' trip, whatever, if you just disengage, it's done. And it doesn't mean your storyline's over. It doesn't mean you still can't talk about it. But it's you fighting back in this really terrible way. Like you're not, if you're going to come like a Nene, a Bethany Frankel, a Bronwyn, like really give us something, a Lisa Vanderpump. Like, be intelligent about how you want to have this argument.
Yeah, use your words.
Right, but you just throw out credit cards and to talk about Karastas. Nobody cares. This is what I don't enjoy about the show when it goes to that place, and that's the only way I've seen Angie fight.
Well, Braunberry doesn't get into the pig pen.
Nope.
She stands on the outside of the pig pen, and Lisa's in the pig in the pen. And she's like making sure she knows she's the pig in the pen, and I'm standing on the outside of the pen. This Angie broad and the Whitney broad, they got in the pen with the pig. And so when you what's the whole saying? When you fight with a pig.
Sleep with dogs, wake up with fleas, drive in the fast lane, get a ticket.
You end up fighting with a pig, everybody gets dirty. Like, you know, Braunberry's never gotten in the pen. She's just like, you're ridiculous. You know it. Everybody here knows it. You're dumb.
Good. Yeah.
And then the Angie girl just was like, nope, open up the pen door and let me get in the slop and then I'm like, I don't even want to listen to this broad now. Like, what, is she kidding me?
Yeah, because it was just an argument. It was a circular argument, and it's like it got nowhere. Now Angie, you don't look any better than you.
This
marginally above
this
Lisa.
episode was fucking brutal.
It was.
It was so bad.
The way that
the
she
whole fucking thing, all 60 minutes of it was fucking weird. Terrible.
I mean, listen, I was entertained, but like it was.
It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't nothing. It was just shit.
I mean, if you're a person who loves a dinner table takedown, which is like a thing that crosses
That's
over
like
into
big
all of the Bravo
Housewives
shows,
thing, right?
Yeah, but it's also on
Oh,
Summer
Bravo,
House, and like Paige holds the best dinner table takedowns.
Come like a Paige
Come
to
like
a
a
fight.
Paige.
Don't come like a fucking who's someone who fucks it up on Summer House who's not good.
Kyle.
Kyle. Don't be a Kyle. In a world of Kyles, be a Paige.
Yeah.
And I like Kyle. I'm just saying as a fighter.
Oh my God.
And by the way, tech armor. It's the armor
Heather?
that I've been chasing in my game.
Meredith.
Yeah.
Meredith started the thing and then just quit talking.
That's what I'm saying.
Like she got
Meredith,
them going.
wake up.
No, but
And then
also,
I'm like, wait a minute, why is Meredith just sitting over there watching it? Like she's the one that got everybody fucking all heated with each other.
It's true, but you could look at it that way, or you could look at it like Meredith showed up, dropped the bomb, and then she's an OG. She's been on from day one, and she might have just like earned her like
why
privilege
weren't
to
they?
check out.
There was no
Annoyed the shit out of me.
It was very annoying that she let Lisa slide. Like she basically just asked her, "Did you do this?" And then like as soon as Lisa said no, which of course Lisa's gonna fucking deny it, like we knew that, then she just like totally let it go, and then the rest of the shit went down. That was fucking annoying. Period.
Dumb.
Period. Can we just, because the episode was just like a mishmash of people getting readings and then this argument and whatever. I just want to, because I feel like we're towards the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I want to bring up what you brought up in the beginning, Nat. And this was
Mercifully.
at the end of the episode when Whitney went in for her reading. And that's when she opened up about being really upset with Justin just because she's like, oh, I realized he was never interested. And I was, what was the word she used?
Who's Justin?
Her husband.
Oh, that's the name. I never could remember his name. I keep calling
Oh,
him Hubs.
Whitney and
Whitney's
Justin?
Yeah,
husband
Whitney's
is
husband,
Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
She resented him for it. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And I don't know, this is like the season of me like really feeling Whitney and like just like being, I empathize for her, with her. I don't know the right way to say it, but like when you've done something to really be, it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, a family member, like you've really been invested in someone else's shit. Like she was invested in her husband's job and, you know, she raised their kids and just was like a really good partner. And then in turn, when he didn't have that for what she was doing and didn't have the balls to just say, listen, I back you no matter what you want to do. I am not interested in this at all. So I want you to go and do it. I just don't want to be here pretending to care when this jewelry doesn't make me get up out of bed in the morning or this skincare line.
Yeah.
Like,
Justin doesn't want to do a beauty line.
right.
Like,
But don't like jerk her off. Don't.
but that's the thing. Did he though? Because she says in retrospect, I realized he never showed any interest in it.
And she like pulled him in, but I feel like he never said, like he went along. The vibe I got is he went along with it instead of just saying like, I don't want to do this. I'll give you all the money in our savings account.
Yeah.
Like it's ours. I'm down for you, but I don't want to do this with you.
It's not unlike my plight with this Housewives show.
Yeah.
You'll give us all the money in your bank account?
No, I just don't
You
want to
would.
do this. Wait, is that what I was supposed to say to you when you said fucking when it got down to the bottom line?
No, because you volunteered.
When you were like, I know when this shit was in February. I don't know why this shit just is different now that it's in October. I was just like, this is fucking,
Choice consequence,
I'm
as you say.
By the way, I have been very, very involved and locked in.
100%.
This episode was tough.
Yeah.
Like it was really tough. It's just there's not a lot going on. You got Mr. fucking Medium. He's throwing out that thing, which I really don't relate to. I really can't try. And then it's just them. They're not moving. They're not doing anything. They're all just fighting. And it was just brutal.
Yeah. It just
Cut it out. Edit me out.
listen, it had to happen because I think that the show had to show us Angie. I think that I honestly think that they like I don't know if they even went into this episode thinking we're gonna have our entire episode taking place at a luncheon, but it just like kept going and going. And Angie's reactions were so out of fucking left field for me, at least. Like this is not like I knew something I didn't like something about her, but like I never connected these two. I never thought it would be this was the thing. I thought she was stronger than that. I thought she was smarter than that. I thought that she saw Lisa for what she is. And it's odd because she actually does. She calls her out. She always says this. She always says that. And it's like, if you know that, then why are you doing this?
Yep.
So it seemed like the episode lasted as long as it did all on this because probably even the producers were sitting there being like, I don't know what's happening here. Keep rolling. You know, like this is so crazy. Let me tell you some of the things that Lisa said to her in her entire argument. This is it's just crazy. Like Lisa is the biggest deflector gaslighter. Saying this to Angie, you started and you can't take it. You have the thinnest skin ever. You shit on people who do the most for you. You're a user. You want to believe something horrible about me because it makes you feel better about you. You go low. Why are you sending me nasty ass text messages? You want to keep this perfect image of you and you want to ruin everybody else. You protrude evil. You're jealous. Learn to apologize. Angie's 5. It's like talking to a toddler. And I don't shop at Nordstrom.
By the
Like,
way,
right? Love Nordstrom.
and that could be
know, me
Lisa
too.
talking in a mirror.
And
That's right.
That's why I was like, Lisa, do you, like both you and Angie should watch this episode 2,500 times until it gets through your thick fucking heads. Like, this is who you are. This is crazy. That was her entire, like, I wrote down every line that she threw at Angie.
Yeah.
And it is all exactly who she is. Exactly to the T.
And the things that bug, isn't there that thing where the things that bug you about people
Yes,
are
I
the
always say that
reflection
too.
of
Yeah.
who you are,
Yeah.
like what
Yeah.
you don't like in yourself.
Yeah.
Well, there's the fucking, I mean, that's the prime example. That
Yeah.
everything you said is exactly what we all hate about Lisa.
Yeah.
It's all the shit that Lisa is.
Correct.
It's all just a weird reflection of fucking stupidity. And Angie, yeah, the whole Angie really fell off this episode. She'll redeem herself though.
She will.
She's got some like. There'll be a thing. I don't know why I did that. That's absurd. I'm an idiot. This is ridiculous. Why do I engage? And she'll pull herself out of the
Exactly.
pit.
I think so too. You said she's redeemable. She's open for someone to say to her, you got to look at this. And she'll be like, I'm so embarrassed. Whereas Lisa is far past.
Yeah, no. Lisa's not there. Lisa's stuck in, she is the pig in the pen.
Yes.
It's just all the other people, whether they decide to jump in from time to time or not. And
the cake is so baked with Lisa. She will never change.
Never change. And they'll all jump in and out because that's what the show is, right?
Yeah.
The show is the pig pen. And there's the main pig, which is Lisa, and they're all sitting around. They should just do an episode where like Lisa's a pig or like in a pen on all fours, just fucking snouting around, right? Mud all over her face. And then you look out around the pen and you see the housewives and you're like, damn, is it you this week? I don't know. You get in. And one of them just every week just jumps into the pen and just gets fucking pig shit all over and fucking snorts back at Lisa. And then they get out of the pen and they're like, why did I do that? That was fucking dumb. And then next week it's your turn to get in the pen. It's the pig pen.
I have a theory on why Lisa's in a pig pen right now. And it also kind of just ties into many things. Okay. One thing about Lisa that I have that is unrelated though. I was thinking about what she does as a job. And I was thinking about what Whitney does and how Whitney doesn't understand why Lisa has to be perfect, only keeps it surface, is scared to death that anyone's going to think that she's not this or that, or they're going to see through her or whatever. I think that Whitney and Lisa are in such different fields. Like if you are an event planner and a brand person and you're the front facing, you're showing up, you're presenting.
Did you say Wendy and Lisa?
Whitney?
Oh, I thought.
I might have said Wendy. I might have said Wendy's because Lisa has a deal with Wendy's and she's always hawking her French fries.
And I was thinking Wendy and Lisa from Prince.
I don't know what that means.
That is.
Prince and the Revolution.
Well, I mean, I know who Prince is, but I don't know who Wendy and Lisa.
Wendy and Lisa were like his cohorts in the movie Purple Rain.
Oh,
I've never seen Purple
got
Rain.
it. I haven't seen it in
you
a
should
million
probably see
years.
Purple Rain.
I'm going to say something and everyone's going to come for me. Prince is a genius. I think his music is amazing. I just never had like some ill moment where like I listened to everything, saw everything. I appreciate, I respect, but I've never deep dove.
Don't tell Mike that.
No, it's
You don't like?
No, I said Mike's a big Prince guy.
No, he's a genius.
I literally just said
He's an absolute genius and was like
You've seen him play.
in any room he walked in, he was fucking. It was his room. The dude was just the most confident human being I've ever. First of all, met in my entire life. Like he played 7 nights at a bar that I had, or I didn't own, but like we promoted, and he came into Teddy's, the bar that I was running one night.
That's where we met.
There you go. So
I wonder if you were there.
he came in at like 2:15 in the morning, 2:00, and we kept the bar open for him. And I walked up to his table to say hi and thanks for coming. And I walked up and put my hand out, and he was like, "Nope, I don't shake hands." And I was like, "There you go, great." He did not want to have anything to do with me physically. Didn't want me to touch him, and it was kind of fine. I was like, "Yeah, you're Prince. Like, I get it. You don't want people touching you." It was kind of rad. It was kind of gangster. Like the whole, and he's like 5'2". But he doesn't seem 5'2". He seems 8 foot tall, and he had a dude with him, and the dude kind of like, as I was going to shake his hand, he kind of gave me the no, and then the guy kind of moved forward, and I was like, all right, I don't get to shake hands with Prince because Prince don't shake hands. And then he looked at our bar for half an hour, and then he called the next morning and said, I want to play 7 nights here. And then he played 7 nights like in a row.
And you watched all 7?
No, but I watched 4 of the 7. It was like 200 people, so it was fucking nuts. And the guy played for 4 hours every night. He
Amazing.
Just loved doing what he's doing. Yeah, it was incredible. And he's just a G. Like every time he walked in, I mean, he was a genius.
Yeah.
And by the way, at the end of the day, and this is what's great about life and great about reality, at the end of the day, with all of the brilliance and all of the genius and all of and a true genius.
True.
Not some hyperbole social media call it. Yeah, he was a genius, like a Stevie Wonder, like a guy,
Musical genius.
like a weird touched by God guy. Special. And at the end of the day, he's just some fucking junkie at the CVS in Minneapolis, fumbling around at the pharmacy to get his pills so that he can end up not committing suicide, but overdosing. Like he was just a weird, fumbly, get my pharmacy and my prescription and eat my pills and die.
So sad.
I mean, it's just what it is. It's addiction doesn't care. Yeah. Rich, poor, famous, genius, doesn't matter. And it's just interesting that he was like a junkie. He was like a guy that was just roaming around, that you'll see him roaming around the drugstore. It's the guy that's at the pharmacy in the line, and you're like, all right, that guy's here to get his pills. Like, he's not here to get his eye medicine. He's not here. That's what Prince was at the end of the day, a junkie. Just fascinating.
Well, one facet of him, that doesn't completely define him.
No, but I mean, that's what
But no, I understand what you're
it
saying.
ended him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he became.
Yeah. Were you saying something?
Okay, so just this is not an excuse, but I'm always, all we do here is try to figure out why people are whatever. Lisa was this long before she came into this work, but I imagine doing the kind of work that she does not help her to heal. If you're doing that kind of business and you've got kind of like from A to C list, whatever, people entrusting you with their event or letting you be you're sending out the invites, it's your company, they're entrusting you because you're a power player, because you are successful, because you do have shit on lock. I think that Lisa finds it a reason to make sure that she's constantly presenting this like perfect, even though she's totally fucking blowing it. She doesn't know that. But I can understand why she does not ever tell you that something's wrong. Like, that can't get out. Like, if I'm going with two different people, I'm going with the person that's got their shit on lock. If I'm in this kind of industry that she's in, whereas Whitney's hawking jewelry and skin care, and it's just a whole different kind of person that, again, not an excuse, but I could see how she wouldn't be able to tell you if things were really going poorly or if they're going bankrupt or whatever, because it's just, that's not okay for those kinds of
I
jobs.
also think it's kind of like a dog chasing its tail situation. I think she was probably attracted to do something like this because she doesn't want to go deep. She doesn't want to show who she actually is. I'm telling you, when I pinpointing how I can understand who she is it's made me even more annoyed with her, but it's also made me realize, like, oh, you are so scared.
Yeah.
Terrified.
You are terrified.
Yeah.
To just be who you are without the glam team, without the hair shit, the jewelry, the outfits, just be.
Yes.
And even though Bronwyn decks herself out, Bronwyn could just be.
Yeah, but
Heather
also
could just
Bronwyn's
be.
been told, like, Bronwyn's been smacked in the face so often. Like, every time Bronwyn probably starts to feel herself, whether it's
Someone's
her old
not
Todd or her mom is there to be like, no, sit back down.
Correct.
The other thing is a little overall thing that I just kind of come to realize. I'm not taking back anything that I said about like Heather going into the season and like what her kind of planned trajectory was, but I want to tweak it just a little bit. So I think that she really does have a great head on her shoulders. She really is the voice of reason. I think she likes to be the voice of reason.
Totally.
I think the show likes her to also be the voice of reason. You wouldn't ask her to basically moderate, and be like the VO over everything that's going on. Like, she is consistently bopping in every episode and having a time where she's going to tell you about like what's going on, and we're all listening to her because she's logical. So when she came in, I thought she had made this plan to saddle up with Lisa.
Get him, Minnie, get him.
She had made this plan to saddle up with Lisa because being a historian of the show and being like, dude, she annihilates everyone here, even though we all see her exactly for what she is. Time and time again, she's able to get under everyone's skin. People are storming out. People are showing their ass. And so she was like, I'm just going to get on this team right now. I don't know if I didn't realize on the first episode when she was not there at all, and the whole episode was about her, and this whole season really has been about her so far. Apparently, if this is accurate, that what the word is that she was still negotiating her contract. All these women have had, when they entered the show, they had a 5-year deal. So this has been the first season that any of the OGs have actually like been able to renegotiate. She went in, asked for more money. The negotiations weren't done by the time the episode was filming. And so she didn't go because they hadn't wrapped it up yet because she was asking for more. If I am a showrunner, it's just human nature. I'd love to say that I wouldn't like take any into this account, but human nature is to say, especially with the budgets, everybody that all of us here know, and I assume most people at this point know now because we've been telling them all the time, this is the worst time in television. Budgets are slashed to like the fucking, you can't, like, they're doing 50% cuts year after year. Like, how do you go from being a $50 million show and then expected to run the same show on $10 million? Like, seems like a lot of money, but it's not when it's compared to the 50 that you had just a few years ago. So if I'm a showrunner and I'm now having to reallocate money, if I'm going to give in and be like, all right, approved, you get your raise and you'll, miss the first episode, I'm going to make it fucking worth my while. And I'm going to make you maybe pay for that a little bit. And this is your year to be the villain, because I don't think that there's any fucking way in hell, even though I think that she's got some shit that's got, like, obviously these lawsuits have been going on for a minute. She didn't wake up this way, but like when you're a show, you can choose to protect your principles or not.
Yeah, no. They listen. If the production doesn't like you,
yeah,
they can edit you in a way that's brutal.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, she could have been showing this the whole time, but you're either going to show it or you're not.
Right.
And you can only show what they. Going back to what you always say, you can only show what they give you.
You told me they can only use what you give them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, these reality show people, the edit is the edit is the edit, right? And you can't get away from the edit because that is you under whatever circumstance that is, right? You're being tortured by 6 people yelling at you and then screaming and then yelling and you're reacting, but you did put that on film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's in that moment, that is who you are.
Exactly.
And there's so people that complain about edits, like these people that are on the show that complain about edits, it's ridiculous because you gave them that.
Yeah.
I think there was a guy recently on Big Brother who didn't like, he was like this season, he was like a super creep. Like he was like a weird creep with a girl in the house. And he was like, yeah, you're never leaving me. Like when we get out of here, you're marrying me. I'm not letting you get away from me. Like he was like weird, like stalker, like, and it was all being shown. And then he got voted out or he got, evicted or whatever. And then there was like a big fucking backlash, there was a backlash amongst the Big Brother peeps. And they were like, this guy's a stalker and he's creepy and he's dangerous. And he was like thinking about suing Big Brother for a minute for his reputation or whatever. And I was like, bro, you went into a thing and they filmed you.
Yeah.
Like what? There's nothing. What are you going to sue them for?
Yeah.
So people that complain about the edit are dumb. I'm sure this Lisa Broad is sitting around complaining about the edit. I bet they all really can complain about the edit, especially if they're not looking good.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can complain to producers and do this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, man, you sign your fucking name on the line, and that's what it is.
I will say all of my favorite housewives or people on Summer House, whatever, they've never complained about the edit. They're like, that was who I was. Like, to your point, that's who I was in that moment. Or I said that. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Do I wish I presented it in a more pleasing package? 100%. But no, that was me. Like, they own it.
I didn't complain. I was on a reality show. I didn't complain about my edit. Nope. And I was nuts. And there was some insane moments. I was like, told people I was going to kill them and fucking go to their shitty apartments and fucking stab them. And like, it was fucking crazy. But like, complain about the edit, that's where I was in that moment. I was fucking out of my head.
And
crazy.
To be clear, Shane is not a violent person. He's never murdered anyone.
No, it was more, it was more me just and the hyperbole or whatever. But it's still, that's in that moment. I'm, what the fuck complain about? Because I was nuts.
And the person he hated most on the show was named Courtney.
Yes. I told her I was going to drive to her shitty apartment and kill her.
It's not funny.
By the way, she looked at me and was like, instead of like the fucking kill you, she's like, my apartment's not shitty. I'm like, okay.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, she was more bummed out about me calling her apartment shitty than me killing her. It was fascinating.
Maybe she.
All right, we're fucking 140.
Okay. The thing that how Heather ties into this all, and then I'm finished, is that I think that Heather did go into this thinking I'm going to be on Team Lisa. But I think like if you're a good Mormon, even though she's like a bad Mormon book, if you're a good little Mormon and you're good with production and you don't ask for a big fat raise and don't take an episode off and whatever, you might get some treats. You might get a little information coming down the pike that like, we're going to take Lisa to task this year. And so start out on her team so that then you can be the voice of reason, which it looks like she is next week. It's telling her straight up, people don't ride for you because you are very hard to ride for. I think that they have set Heather up to have a season of, well, I tried. You can see I clearly was on your side, but you did not make it easy. And we had to have a come to Jesus with you. So I think it just, all these little, all those
It's interesting. My relationship with Heather is wishy-washy, but that's because Heather's pretty wishy-washy. Like she doesn't really stand for anything. She sort of is a little bit malleable.
She's
like
playing the field currently.
Yeah, she's just going wherever it's comfortable, or whether it's like she's not really like, this is where I'm at, this is the stand I'm taking. A few of these girls do that. Like a few of these girls I don't have a real relationship with because they haven't given me anything to root for, to root against, like the Meredith broad, the Heather broad, the Brittany broad. Like they don't, like it's, I have a relationship with Braunberry. I've got a relationship with the Greek girl. I've got Angie. There's a relationship with Lisa. Whether I hate her or not, she stands for being a pig.
Yeah.
And I don't, in the pen. Like I'm not calling her the female
I know
pig.
you,
But like I don't really know where Heather stands.
Yeah.
On anything.
I think that comes from Heather being not ever really trusting her instincts, or when she does think she is trusting them, they didn't really pan out the way that she wanted it to, or it caused her some problems that like really could have been like.
I also think Heather just wants to be liked.
I think she wants to be liked, and I think she's a direct effect of what happens when you get kicked out of a church and left by your husband, who, like I always say, wasn't just supposed to be here for this lifetime, but like 7 other lifetimes past that, and just couldn't.
And by
hang
the way,
in there.
she did everything right.
Yeah, and did everything
left her
right,
and she gets fucked.
So she's never really she doesn't have any confidence to know she's making the right choice. Yeah. So I think she throws shit at the wall to see what sticks because she can't even trust her own instincts anymore. So not an excuse, but maybe an explanation.
Which is what we do here.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Well, we love you.
Love you, bye.
Love you. Wow, we really pumped you up for that.
You got an air guitar. You're getting a sound effect. I'm downloading and licensing a electric guitar sound.
You had a double sound effect and a woo.
Yeah.
And a joke.
You don't have to license anything. We already paid for all that.
You still got to download the license.
Anyway, shall we jump into the comments?
I'm a rule follower.
Okay. Oriel Thomas wrote, her children stopped talking to her over her last husband, not Osmond. She's abandoned them for years. That was about Brittany, and we had talked about that in the episode. And Oriel, there were a few people that left this comment, so thank you everyone for remembering because we could not remember the exact story. Y'all got to watch this. Said, regarding Lisa's marriage, remember last season when she talked about contacting John's birth parents against his wishes? You are 100% right that she is worried about her position in the marriage and not him. No way someone would cross a boundary like that with someone they actually love. I can't believe he stayed with her after that. Zooted, by the way. Love that you're zooted. I wish I was. And I forgot about that, actually. So when Y'all Gotta Watch This brought that up, I was like, right. She's just on her own path, not taking anything he wants into consideration. Because that's a big fucking thing to do against someone's wishes.
Oh, 1,000%. I feel like other partners would kill their spouses for doing that. And also it just shows how, like, there could have been a long stretch of time where he was a guy that was perfectly built for this kind of partner. Those things usually do run their course at some point.
Because people
evolve. Yeah.
People evolve.
Yeah.
That's right. Nishless Boomer goes, finally, yes, Courtney, this Mary situation is freaking nuts. And I am aghast. The way everyone is normalizing this is a fucked up scenario. And thank you. I'm so happy that you felt me on this. We talked so much about it at the top of the episode,
Yeah.
so that's for you. Niche,
Maybe Shane
nicheless.
read your comment, and that's what that spurred him to the dive.
Do the
Because
deep dive.
if he read a comment, he would never tell us. So
Never.
yeah, no,
Never.
no, he would die on that sword.
XAN3518 wrote, imagine being the 18-year-old daughter and having to live with a grandmother who thinks you're a mistake. That has got to fuck with your head. Poor Bronwyn is so desperate to win her mother's approval that she's not even registering the damage this scenario is undoubtedly doing to her granddaughter. I completely agree with that. The one thing that's so interesting to me is I wonder what their relationship is like, because Bronwyn's mom had said last episode or 2 episodes ago, you should be a grandparent before you're a parent. Like, you're so much easier. And I will say, my dad would always say, my grandmother, Jo, who...
What? She said you should be a grandparent before you should be a parent?
Yes, she was not a great mom, and she is very open and sweet and embracing to her granddaughter. So I think that she's realizing, like, I wasn't this way to my daughter, but I can be this way to my granddaughter. Would have been great to do this first
time around.
And then maybe it would have helped me be a better parent, more open and loving and all the things.
And I actually do really get what she's saying.
Yeah,
'cause
I get what she was saying too. Doesn't make it right.
No, not at all. But my dad would say about his mom, my grandma Jo, who's like my sun, moon, and all my stars, he would always be like, let me tell you something, kid. The grandmother you had is not the mother that I had. Like, my grandma was tough as nails.
Oh, my mom says the same thing. I feel like your mom says the same thing. Like, all of us had completely different relationships with our grandmother than our mothers did.
This is true for me.
Yeah, true times a bajillion.
Oh, my grandmother was the softest, sweetest, best woman. I mean, like, still had a spicy side because she's Italian, but like, she was, I could do no wrong. If I called her up and I was like, I murdered someone, she's like, I got the shovel, meet me in the forest.
It's not that big of a deal.
People
do it all the time.
I didn't even hear the story. You did nothing wrong.
He was an asshole.
You're perfect.
Yeah.
You look very cute today, Corky.
Yeah, but they didn't treat our moms that way.
No.
Yeah, my mom had a hell of a time with my grandmother, who I can't even believe, like, it doesn't even, like, does not compute.
It does compute for me just because I know my grandma in a certain aspect. Okay. Vicky Lynn said, I'm the adult, I decide. That's the ego. It doesn't take much for a child to be seen. And once they do, they grow into a beautiful adult. If the girls felt that their own mother never prioritized them over men, how are the girls supposed to prioritize themselves over the men in their lives? Lead by example. And I thought that was a great comment. Meteor Wine said, the moment of this episode is at the end. Is the end scene with Whitney and Brittany. The utter vacuous look on Brittany's face was epic. What? My children come before my dick? That's not what the Book of Mormon says. A complete foreign concept she just couldn't understand. And 10 out of 10, no notes on that note.
You know what I cannot believe that we skipped right over? And Shane does this because I know he's always in a hurry, so I get all flustered.
We did play a video game.
We did not talk
What's it
about
playing?
the most epic, like, one, like, I would say, I don't have a number for it, of a top 5, top 10, whatever, of iconic lines, but that dig that Angie took on Lisa and said, your face looks like you were just in a wind tunnel. Barry DM'd me last night and was like, oh my God, this shit was off the hook tonight. Spoiler alert. Wind tunnel. And I'm like, well, I got 3 hours until I can watch this show because he's in Montauk.
Yeah.
So when I watched it, I was like, that's fucking brilliant because it's cold as ice. But also, I've been looking at Lisa's face like this for a while and going, what is it? She looks like she's flapping in the wind.
Well, she got threads done.
Which they didn't do you any good.
That's what I said when I was watching this with Jake. I was like, everyone keeps talking about like this facelift she got, and obviously threads aren't a facelift, but they're first cousins. And I'm like, I don't think she looks any better. Like,
no, I think she looks weirder. I think it's cutting her lines off in weird places. And I've never heard a single good thing about threads.
That's what I said to Jake.
Yeah, I've heard that they're absolutely mortifyingly painful. They don't last, and they're totally overpriced.
Yes,
so I don't know why she's like thinking it's a great thing.
Yeah.
They're my threads. Like, I don't think you got a deal.
I don't know if I'd be bragging about them.
Yeah.
Same. Heather Pike said, and I love the new guy, LOL, the old one. They're both, and the old one. They're both funny and honest, and I love it.
They're both
and
a couple old guys.
Well, no, what I was going to be like, the new guy is the old guy.
Wait.
For the first time, there's another older guy.
I get it. You're doing age,
I'm
not
the
who's
young
been
one,
here first.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
you're the spring pup, the
Yeah.
spring chicken.
I'm just a baby.
Y'all gotta watch this. Said my homies, please, please, please entice Shane when Jersey is finally drops. Listen, we're doing the Lord's work here that he's even on this
Yeah.
show. I think our best shot with this MFer is Traders.
Yeah.
We just can't bring it up anymore. He's got to
do
think
it on its
he's come up with it
Yeah.
on his own. You're brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. Carrie Peacock wrote, yes. Oh, sorry. This is another one for him. Yes, please do Traders. Both Shane going on it, but would love a deep dive from you guys about Traders. Also, not me ordering some Jolene coffee right now. And I just said, just so you know, Jolene coffee, or you won't regret it. It's the meteor wine of coffee, which I thought was a funny line just because it's great coffee. Sorry, I laugh at my own jokes.
It's pretty good coffee, but like,
Oh, yeah. No, let's not. I'm just saying we love Meteor, and I love Jolene as well.
And Jolene's been such a long time in the making. I'm just thrilled it exists today.
Like 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay, Fishing Gal wrote, Bronwyn's scene with her mother hit so close to home. I had to stop watching, fast forward, and come back to it, all on its own. Unfortunately, many of us can identify, and there are those of us who don't have quote-unquote religion as a reason to point to. Sometimes you just have to look past the childhood and adulthood traumas and just care for your parents because it's the quote-unquote right thing to do. As I look back, no matter what, I don't regret caring for my parents, painful or not. And yes, I am in therapy twice this week since this episode. And we've talked about this so many times on the show that like when people who watch us chime in and say like, listen, I took care of my parents even though they were horrible to us, like that is so incredible of you. And then that's always when Mike chimes in being like, but don't let yourself get taken advantage of because you don't have to do anything. But I think even just having this discussion again, because like I said, we've talked about it a lot, it is actually why I love these shows, because you will see something on there where a Fishing Gal's like, wait, that rings really close to home. When we were watching Summer House and you had something that you were like, oh shit, I really felt that. Same with me with Summer House, with stuff Sierra's gone through. Like it's what you do. If you stay long enough at the party, like you will partake in a good moment. And I just enjoy it.
I love that.
I love that for all of us.
life.
Shannon Ball wrote, Jesus, not Bronwyn's mom again. I am out on Muzzy. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you. Bronwyn's mother has been punishing her for 20 years. And in addition to that, she was already punishing her unborn granddaughter by withholding the same level of doting she was showing to her other unborn grandchild. Horrible. Nailed it, Shannon. Shannon also said production needs to wake Meredith up before filming. A shot of adrenaline or something. Does she even know the season has started?
Yeah.
And that's what I was referencing at the beginning. Like, yes, tap her on the shoulder and be like, eyes akimbo, action. Let's do this.
I know. I keep wondering if there are any, like if she's just now just like a person that's here now and has earned being here because like she's never not produced, you know, she's always brought something. And then this year she just isn't. And I wonder if she's like, okay, I'll take my same salary, but I'm just gonna, like, cause I'm busy anyways,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna put myself in any position to get rustled up in anything that is going to carry on because I've got too many other things to worry about. So maybe
It's
that's
annoying.
It is, but again, I think that they all can have a season to do that. And there's so much other shit going on that like I just don't really need Meredith for a lot right now. I wish that she would have held Lisa to the fire on the thing, but like the show was there was so much yelling going on already that I don't even know if I needed Meredith to be involved. So until it's like nothing's happening and Meredith's doing dick all, I don't know if I'll really care.
Yeah, fair.
For this season.
Fair enough.
And then she's got to get back on the horse next year.
Meteor also had another great one where he said, it hit me like a ton of bricks this episode. Shaneski is as if a professor of psychology and a Hell's Angel leader had a baby.
Yeah.
And that's the best description of Shane I've ever heard. If I've heard a good one, or I don't know how to say it. Sorry, I'm tired. It's a great one.
It's a great one.
Okay, Only Gets Better wrote, Bronwyn's scenes are so profound and heartbreaking. I understand her so well. See, this is why I love any of these shows. Her mother probably shaped who she was, and she wanted to change the narrative by reversing the roles. Unless Muzzy gets an exorcism, the narrative isn't going to change. I hope she realizes that her mother is just a woman who is projecting her own trauma onto her daughter. I hope she gets that too. Also, it's draining to continue to watch women criticizing other women for having sex. Preach. I hope one day we can get to a point where no woman is made to feel like her virginity is her identity. The end. Like, and subscribe, hype. Like,
I know
that's
the fact that it still is, because it's actually not in so much other shit that we watch. Like the rest of the world, well, the rest of the country has kind of gotten to that place, and you would get shamed way easier from most people, I think, for shaming someone for that. But Utah is still its own little slice of whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Oh, by the way, so I couldn't find this comment, but someone said the person who said Salt Lake City shouldn't say that because she's not from there. I didn't know that was a saying. I just thought it was something funny to say because the episode was shitty.
Yeah. Also,
So-
I can say whatever I want.
But it's okay because I said it. I was in the wrong on this one, but I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought it was a funny play on words, but
Yeah.
apparently it's a thing. Okay. Vicky Lynn wrote, Shane wouldn't go over if he could stay on track. We need to get a zapper on him or something. And I think that is right. I will also be forwarding that comment to him.
Yeah.
Tiny Panther said, no more wire hangers. Muzzy is Joan Crawford reincarnated. She's awful, and she even has the same eyebrows as Joan. She actually really does. I agree with Shane that Bronwyn should put her in an apartment somewhere and let her siblings deal with her. Bronwyn doesn't deserve the abuse she has to relive from this horrible woman. Muzzy should have stayed off camera because she's going to get dragged, and she still won't take any accountability for how she treated Bronwyn. That one I'm curious about. I really wonder if she's going to watch this and be like, I don't want to be that person. That was awful.
If what this psychic said is true and her
The pet psychic?
That different
No.
psychic.
this is gonna sound crazy because it sounds crazy even saying it because I didn't really buy this psychic. I just thought there was too many things that I was like, it's so easy for them to have told you this. But I also, and another thing I meant to say is just that I'm actually, aside from just that one scene where they were so sloppy that they showed Meredith's lips moving, not Meredith, Whitney's lips moving the whole time while we heard the other guy talking with no camera on him. Like it was just so, you didn't need to use that shot. Actually, you could have still used that shot, but it was like an inch, just punch in and trim the fat on the sides, and we would have still gotten the Lisa's walking in. It's to insinuate that the psychic's talking about her being the snake that you need to cut out of your life, blah, 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 blah. Don't be so sloppy and let me feel it. If that psychic is right about the mom, her cancer coming back, and this being sort of a limited time for her to spend with her, that's how she will get out of this whole thing. Is that like no one's going to fucking hold this woman to task if she's got to go in for another brain tumor removal. It's not
The
funny.
old brain tubers.
Yeah. It's not a tuba.
I love Kindergarten Cop.
Did you say twofer or tumor?
Tuber, because
Because I said it wrong the
Yeah.
first time.
you're up,
This is a
Mark.
callback of 2 seconds later.
Quick wrap
And
around.
that's what we go. A wrap around.
I don't have that many comments. This isn't my show, but I thought there were some funny ones of Shane for Shane. Corbin Malott, hope I'm not butchering that. Shane is my spirit animal. I look forward to these episodes. Funny.
So sweet.
Maybe I'll read some of Shannon Faults that she left on this show.
That for Orange County.
Orange
She left a bunch
County.
for Orange County on
It's all right.
Oh, on this one on
Salt Lake.
accident?
Hey, yeah. It was really cute.
Sunset Harp. There are moments when watching you guys that I channel my mother big time. You three are very animated, and I get antsy when I see your drinks on the arms of the light sofas and your arms flailing. I'm mom saying no food in the living room. And Shane, mind the meteor wine. I know Shane doesn't watch these parts, but maybe someone can tell him.
I'll do it.
P.S. I love you guys and mind Mike's meteor wine. Thank you, Sunset Harp, for looking out for my prized possessions.
We might have to wrap them in like styrofoam or something just in case something fell.
Well, listen, I almost popped one open the other day because I was like, why are these things still sitting here? I can drink them whenever I want. So I might do that soon. You might see one less thing, and don't blame it on Shane. It's probably me.
No, let's not. It'll be a real problem if Shane had it.
Well, I mean him knocking it over. Yeah. A couple people started, like Danielle Warren is one of them. But then there was another person that I was like, I didn't totally recognize the name, but they called me Connor. And no one calls me Connor except people at work because my boss is also named Mike. So he gets to be Mike and I get to be Connor. And I was like, oh shit, are people at work watching? Like, is this somebody? So I had to go look. And then you told me that Shane's been calling me Mark Connors, which he does.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny. pretty funny.
He was calling you Connors for so long, and I was like, his last name is Connor. No,
Well,
S.
that's what's funny about him is
Right.
Mark Connors. It's like, well, it's all kinds of wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, funny story too. My name is Conner, and sometimes people will spell my name OR, and I used to get so offended and be like, "Oh my God, it's not my name." And then my mom did like a 24andMe or whatever thing one day. Turns out that is our name, and not only that, it's O''Connor. And I guess the old ancestors dropped the O and changed the like latter O to an E to sound less Irish. I don't know how that worked out, but
Try harder, guys.
yeah,
So
exactly.
do people not like the
Michael
Irishes?
Connor. No, I don't think back in the
Back
day.
in the day.
Ah.
Yeah, we were just some poor schmucks.
I think you should change it back. If
so
we ever
I
get
thought
married, we should just
about
change
it.
we'll have a new name. We'll take a joint name of a
Oh,
brand new
Yeah,
that'd
name.
be
you're gonna
fun.
have 800 last names
I
by the
know.
time you guys get married.
I know. I
Dude.
never planned on changing my name, but if we change
Plus
it
all
to
our
a whole new name,
nicknames.
I could do that.
We have so many
Darling.
nicknames.
Darling.
Yes. Mary. Oh my gosh, I heard Mike's voice. I was watching, but also cleaning out my closet, and I was like, oh my gosh, Mike's doing a commercial on YouTube? Someday, Mary, someday.
Yeah, he left the show because YouTube hired him to
Yeah,
run
totally.
ads.
Listen, this is a truth, but it's a response to someone else's comment, so calm down. You get to still do her thing.
Well, because it's the only one I have tonight because I did the update and it did not, my export comments thing isn't working.
Well, yeah, she did more than 2, so you better.
No, she only did 2.
No, she didn't. She did way more. Anyways,
I just
this is a
looked.
shout out to the community of planet Earth. Truth for Peace for Freedom replied, "It's such a sad thing when the heart turns to stone. My little toddler waves and smiles to everyone, but every once in a while, we'll run into a very crabby older person who refuses to say hi back to him. They just sit on their bench with their arms crossed, teeth clenched, and look at him as if he's an annoying bug. I mean, how hard is it to say hi back to a 2-year-old? Sad. And listen, I know all you old fuckers sitting on a park bench or watching this show. Say hi to the little guys. Fucking hell, that's crazy. That's a crazy story.
Oldies on park benches are
Usually the friendliest.
well, I feel like they're known for their grumpiness. They're there to just be like,
Yeah, but what-
here I am,
puppies and
watching the world
kids.
go by.
Puppies and kids.
I want to tell you something. When I moved into my neighborhood, I'm that asshole. I wave at everybody.
Oh,
I'm
I thought you were
cheesing-
going to be like, oh, wave at no fucking kids.
are
I was
you
going to
kidding?
be
Have
like,
you met her?
I
what?
was just gonna say, what are you new
Sometimes.
here? I am cheesing and waving like you don't even know. And I wore these people down. 10 years later, everyone waves, everyone says hi. Even the grumpy guy who lives up the street, he's like, because he knows he has to. And now there's a new grumpy guy that
new
I've really
grumpo?
tried to make friends with, and he doesn't want to have it, but he doesn't know he's gonna get it.
He didn't know who he's dealing with.
Yep.
I don't know if it's like this everywhere. I don't think it is because people always talk shit about riding bikes in LA. No one says, like, when you pass other bike riders, like, I'm always like, give a little wave. Nobody says hi in LA. Like, nobody waves back.
Really?
Wait to a cyclist?
Like, if you're at, like,
I mean,
Austin
I'm
and I.
swerving into 'em.
No, other cyclists.
Oh, other cyclists.
Like
You
game
guys don't have
recognized game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're supposed to do a little wave, and the guy's on the other side. You wave, he waves. You do a little one of these if you don't want to take your hands off the butt. But nobody really does. And I'm that guy that does. And I got Austin. We went on a ride this morning, and I'm just like, hey. And Austin does it now, but people just kind of look at you like you're a freaking weirdo.
You can't give up. You got to
Dude.
keep doing
I'm not
it.
going to.
Yeah.
I don't
People
care.
hate
Look at me
cyclists
like
so
I'm weird.
much
Like wearing
that even
spandex.
cyclists
Like,
hate
fucking-
cyclists
Yeah,
now.
totally. It's pretty crazy. There's some. It depends on where you are, but most people don't. Wait, did you read Palaver Girl? Finally, the darn YouTube let me hype.
No, but I feel like we haven't heard from Palaver Girl in a second. I just want to give a big up. So I was pretty excited to see her.
Super
name.
big ups to
Yeah.
that. And Johnny Smiles commented.
Oh, yeah, he
on
bops back in for
Oh,
the first
Johnny,
time.
thank
Yeah,
God. Johnny,
so-
if you've seen Christy Sheeks, we're worried about you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And
That
Lynn
was on the
Bendy,
rail.
I'm just wondering if maybe you haven't resubscribed, but you're still out there just kind of still mad at us maybe, but like also just, checking in on your friends. And I hope you are because we miss you so much.
Wait, Shane booted Lynn Bendy or
No, I think I did.
Oh, no, Lynn Bendy,
Or
back
maybe it was
this
Shane.
way.
I don't know, but I think it was also me. I can't remember exactly who did it, but
Let's
it was
blame
a big
Shane.
accident and I miss her.
Palava Girl? Finally, the darn YouTube let me hype. Yay, it's 2,000 points, baby. Also, I don't even know what that means, but thanks.
You don't know how
I
to
know what
hype?
hype is, but I don't know what the points system
Well,
is.
every time you hype it, only that I know of, you can only do 2,000 points at a time.
Oh, sick.
And doesn't it push it out to more people? So people are like, oh, this is great.
I think that's the point of it.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what the hell else it would be for.
Same.
Does it make you feel good? Zan, I don't know. Like I just, this was funny as hell to me, and I don't even know most of these people. Can you imagine if Lisa heard you call her the poor man's Teresa? She would blow a gasket. I don't know who
Yep.
Lisa is, but I can imagine anyone.
Hundy P.
I would blow a gasket if you called me the poor man's Teresa.
I don't know what I replied with, but I wanted to reply, maybe I did, with, Lord, hear our prayer.
No, you didn't. It wasn't. That was probably your first option.
I think I probably did. And
you
then I'm
went
like,
with
I don't
your
know who
second.
else Catholic Aaron would know.
You putting it on my Christmas list.
Okay, yeah. I was like, everyone knows what Christmas is.
Yeah. So Mick Fix. First off, shout out to Mick Fix
Yeah.
for being in the Air Force.
Yeah, we
Thank
found out
you
that
so much.
she lived where we lived, and what's so funny is that I just told her this on Instagram, but I haven't been on Instagram all day, so I don't know if she read it yet. But we were talking about all the places that we, just where we grew up, whatever. And then I was telling Mike about it, and Mike's like, "Did you tell her I was from Roseville?" And I'm like,
I'm not from there, but
"Or I mean that you lived in Roseville," and I was like, "I forgot that you lived in Roseville."
But
that's
I
love,
will tell
folks.
her now.
Yeah.
We're telling you now, McVix.
Yeah.
But she had a long comment, but the first part is super funny. Mike showing up and entering the chat is every dad walking into the room when he hears the siblings getting heated. That's not exactly what happened, but it is funny. So that was my last one.
Truth for Peace is this brilliant and this sharp and this on it and has a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Girl, you're amazing.
Yeah. Okay, Harris says, guys, I had a really long, thorough, and well thought out response to explain my love of Lisa, but then I decided that she doesn't really deserve that. And in the nature of doing deep dives on shows with no depth, which is very much Lisa Barlow coded, heavy on the no depth, I'm just going to come out and say she sucks. But you cannot deny that she is funny as hell. Please read this in Lisa's nasally voice. I can't. If I buy you a Chanel necklace and you choke on it, that's not my fault, bitch. It's something I say to myself under my breath about 10 times a day, among many more depraved and deranged Lisa's sound bites. Also, we would not have gotten to watch this group of women experience perpetual religious psychosis together if it weren't for Lisa Barlow. I had a whole list of very cheeky intellectual reasons as to why you should reach the Lisa Barlow Rubicon, but I'm going to let you all get there on your own time. That's the way the Rubicons work.
That is the way Rubicons work. And I just want to say this because I read that comment and obviously we all live for Harris, and Harris is really fucking funny. So
Yeah.
when he says to me, like, watch this is funny, or like, I think this person's funny, I'm keyed into it.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I never have. Maybe I will, but to this day, I have never thought that Lisa is funny. Even that line, if I buy you a Chanel necklace and you choke on it, like, you know, the New York magazine Matrix?
Yeah.
She is low brow humor and it's not funny. And it's always, she thinks it's funny because she put Chanel in there. Also, who's choking on a necklace? Like it's
I know.
not funny.
She
It's
always
not funny.
tries to come up with these lines. I think that
Doubt dick, not good.
Yeah. And even the guy on Watch What Happens last night was like, this might be an unpopular opinion, but shit didn't hit.
It didn't.
And I was like, it really didn't.
Didn't hit at all.
But maybe what Harris is trying to say is just how I said last week I wasn't mad at Lisa because of the whole poster board extravaganza and all the dismissed and all the bullshit. She wasn't trying to be funny, but she was very funny to me. It was very funny. So if that's what you mean, Harris, then I can get on board. But if you're just saying she's like a comedic person, I don't know, man. Can't do it. Okay, in the name of the Father, Son, and Baby Gorgeous, or so it would sound if Lisa had it her way. Also, not shitting on practitioners of faith. I'm currently in the early stages of getting baptized into the Catholic Church at 29. My dude. I think I did it at like 30, 32. But I love this franchise and Lisa specifically because these women take everything I personally have learned from being brought up around Mormonism, Judaism, and Christianity and throw it out of their Range Rovers. And then I'm confused. I came in confused and I'm leaving confused. Shane's going to come kill me. Love you, Shane. I think you come into the Lisa roller coaster on a weird season. She was way more enjoyable to watch seasons prior when she wasn't dealing with floor seat suck lawsuits. Forgot about that. You're hot and you don't need a Turkish hair transplant. He will hopefully want to kill me less when I say John Barlow is a gay cuck and I kind of feel sorry for him. Ciao, ciao, show host. I love Harris.
I love Harris.
Yeah. Shane said that Lisa was trying to say that she had floor seats to the Jazz, which as I said, who gives a shit what seats you have at the Jazz? But she didn't have floor seats. Brahman pointed out those aren't fold-up chairs. Those are
Stadium like
yeah,
seating.
those are just the regular seats. And Shane said, and that's because you don't give a floor seat suck. Because she
She's
anyway.
giving blowies for seats.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly she got box seats because she was
Floor
blowing the owner of
seats
them. So Shane quite astutely realized, oh, well, if you get floor seats, if you give a floor seat suck.
Yeah, that's a different kind of suck.
Yeah.
Anybody can get a box suite.
Yeah. Boxes I feel like are for like people that work in corporate whatever, and they just throw some tickets at them, and then they're in there with 18 other people that they don't know from like other levels of this office suite that they work in. I do not enjoy a box. Okay, ready to close it out with Truth for Peace for Freedom. Woo!
Harris's dad has not gotten back to me, by the way, about whether that's a trumpet or a horn. So, TBD.
He probably doesn't want to hurt your feelings. When Whitney's company tanked and she said it's a sign from the universe to get back on, I swore she was going to say her poll, but she said get back on her course. So many similarities between Mary Cosby and Bronwyn. Both ladies only had one child. Both ladies have huge age gaps with their husbands. Both ladies let their child's significant others move into their homes, and both have had toxic mothers. Now, if Bronwyn could just become the leader of a religious cult while getting filthy rich through charity, then they would be the exact same person.
So true.
And that's all I have.
Well, like, subscribe, hype that shit.
I do have
Whoa.
one thing that I meant to say last week that was very cool, and I took screenshots of it so I could read it.
Okay.
And I might even just put it up on the post, like do a post of it as well. I had mentioned a few weeks ago that like we just went ahead and put all of our stuff up on Apple Podcasts too. I think I've probably made this clear before. Like we prefer everyone watch on YouTube just because it is the only place that actually gives us anything for doing this. But like I'm an Apple Podcast listener and I'm still there. Mike thinks it's totally what do you like? You think it's totally outdated, Apple Podcasts. You're like, this is the worst platform
I
ever.
didn't even know Apple was like a Apple Music or iTunes, whatever, like that whole
I
platform.
listen to all of my podcasts on Apple. What do you listen to?
And so do I.
The last time I opened anything Apple Music-y on my computer,
Well, they're different. They're two
Yeah.
different
but like
apps.
whatever, like any Apple app that's like that's not like a Spotify, like I was probably to figure out how to delete it off of my computer.
Wow.
Literally all those apps are in a little folder on the last page of my phone, the last page of my iPad. I don't even know. I couldn't even find it on my computer. No idea.
Not us, Nat and I,
Yeah,
who are younger than Mike, like that. So maybe the younger generations.
You guys
Yeah.
heard of the radio?
The little babes. Shut up. But I had said that someone, like, since nobody really knew we were on there because we weren't really pushing it out, we just had one comment and one rating, which was like 2 stars. And then the comment was just someone that was like, didn't like that I liked Huda. And that's why they rated us 2 stars and then told me to basically fuck off. They didn't say that, but
That's
so
not
many
very
words.
nice.
So I said it. And then a few of you like hopped on and redid all the comments. We've got, oh God, I screenshot them and there's more to them. So I would be reading half of them. But H. Cornelli and Fish and Gal and Mary, how are we saying her last name?
Cut.
And I think I knew that from the beginning
little
and
blue
forgot.
flower. It's the only tattoo she has is a little blue flower.
Yeah.
She had to get it out of
Aika.
state because you couldn't get
Mary
them in Oklahoma.
Aika.
I didn't know that you couldn't get tattoos in Oklahoma at some point.
Listen.
I didn't know that either. My nephews have a million of them. So,
Well, no, I think it changed over time.
Oh.
She was like, at the time, you couldn't get them in Oklahoma.
But all 3 of them left 5 stars and left really lovely reviews about. Listen, like I said, it's going to cut off, so I'll be done. But it says, I'm so glad I found the show. I listened to a bunch of other podcasts, but no other podcast does such a deep dive and makes me feel like I'm sitting in the room with my best friends. The chemistry between the 3 of them is palpable, engaging, and entertaining. And it says, I love them. And I don't know what it says after that. But it was good enough for me. That was from
Me
Mary.
too. I love them, period.
Yeah. H. Cornelli says, it is like talking trash with your besties. They have built a community that actually feels like they are part of the conversation. And then the last one, Fishing Gal, who's also all over Patreon, which I fucking love too. This is the greatest team of showcasters. Between their knowledge and banter of the shows they recap, they can make any episode enjoyable for everyone. Young, old, male or female alike will feel like their opinions will be included in the conversations. And again, it cuts the rest off. But they were just so nice, and it changed our rating to a 4.8 now. And 12 of you actually went on and rated. So
Thanks,
and they're all 5 stars. The only 3 stars we have is whoever didn't like the hooded take. You know, if you feel so inclined to just delete that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
No, listen, you can't be a perfect 5 all the time.
I know, but we're not even doing Love Island anymore. So it's sort of like, did it even ever happen?
Dude, Austin well, not Love Island, but this morning he was like, Austin, I work with Austin. We ride bikes together. We work together. We're friends. He doesn't do any of these shows. This morning he's like, you guys doing Love is Blind? I'm like, excuse me, what was that? And he's like, you got the season. Like, it's just because Bree, his girlfriend, they watch it. And he's like, if you did it, we would come on. I'm like, what?
Okay.
You would come on. Be careful what you wish for, Austin. I'll fucking get your ass in that chair just to be funny.
No, if that's a thing, just to build up the staff.
I don't know how Austin would do, but Bree would probably be great.
Austin, you would do great.
We'll see.
So yeah, we're on Patreon and on Spotify and on Apple and on YouTube. Please watch it on YouTube. But if you have all those other accounts, may as well just go on and subscribe and do a 5-star. Why not? Yeah. Because honestly, any of these companies that call and say, we want you to be exclusively here and we'll give you $5, I will say,
Where
we're
we
in.
sign.
Yeah.
I'll forge Natalie's signature.
Yeah. And
We love you.
yeah, we love you.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
This is so nice that you got me hair growing pills.